Just another boring day in the Hunter Call of the Wild community. Nothing going on, no announcements, no hints, nothing. So yeah, if you didn't catch the video earlier, there was in fact a hint from Expansive Worlds. And it turns out there's been a hint being spelled out on their Twitter for a couple of days. And it certainly seems to point in the direction of potentially India, maybe Nepal. There's a bunch of different countries it could be. And I think that's where I want to start the stream. So as we transition here, what do you guys want to see? What map are you rooting for based on like what you know now, or based on if you know nothing, just what map you want to see? None at all, Colligan Man. Nothing to speak of, you know? We're just here. Just waiting on stuff to happen. There was another male, probably that one. Oh god, we definitely should have killed him. Little rusty. So I think this will be the perfect, like, medium to talk about new stuff today, because minus when I'm bad, Gemsbok grinding is fairly mindless. We can just kind of do it and have our conversation, so hopefully this works out. What's going on, David? If not, Nepal needs to be Suriname so we can hunt anacondas. See, so much stuff I feel like didn't show up in my research, and I had to do it fairly quick because it was, you know, earlier this morning and I had to record after I was done making that video. But I did not come across the anaconda thing. Nepal, Texas Game Ranch. We're on a lunar map. Want Nepal and a wild boar great one. That would fit, huh? Because you'd still have the ability to do base game great one. And then obviously all of the potential that Nepal has. Nepal, because hunting in India is for idiots. So there's a good bit of, both in the Discord and in my comment section on that video, a good bit of conversation like, do we want to see an India map? Does it make sense? Should they do one? And I'm kind of, it's sort of like the same thing as should they add elephants or rhinos or whatever. At the end of the day, it is a game, and maybe being able to do that thing that you just simply can't do in real life isn't the worst idea. Now, it's a hunting game. Hunting is pretty much strictly prohibited there. Maybe that's a, what's the term? Like a little bit beyond the whatever line they don't want to cross. I think it'd be interesting though. There's, like I said in the video, there's cool stuff in India. I don't want to rule that out because I wouldn't be opposed to it necessarily. Jack, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. Welcome. But yeah, does it make the most sense? Probably not. What's going on, Bottom Boy? What's the mountain guys called in Nepal? Sherpas? I didn't even realize. So, like, I've heard of, ooh, it's a decent one. Heard of Sherpas, but I didn't know they were mountain guys. Boar Great One, Boar Great One would be sick. So, for one, like, our wild boar in Call of the Wild, their tusks could be so much better. So, that'd be one place that I'd like to see them go. Wait. There's two huge forests side by side. But then, like, we talked about this fairly recently. The furs and stuff they could do with any kind of pig great one, if they really wanted to. They could do, like, a wild boar great one, and then just feral pig, wild hog, like, just do all the pig species, basically, maybe other than warthog and peccary technically aren't pigs. That would be one way to add, like, potentially a number of great ones all at once. I think we should have 2 golds there. Should play more Angler. I think we're going to stream the Angler a little bit after this. I want to go and check out the Cutthroat Diamond spot. I may need someone to guide me there. We'll see. It depends on how much chatter there is around the new map. If it's India, golden pheasants would be really cool. I'm not sure if I know what golden pheasants are. I'll have to look those up. You're technically not a pig? I did eat bacon, though, yesterday. So, therefore, I'm part pig. What's going on, you know? Rusty's in here as well. Welcome on in. We need a Marco Polo sheep. Okay, so all the places that I looked up, and again, I had to make it pretty quick this morning because I saw the tweet. I was sitting here drinking my coffee. So we had a cookout last night for my sister's graduation and my brother's birthday. So between like smoke and then just allergies, I sounded horrible when I woke up. Like the most grovelly, terrible voice. So I had to sit here for like an hour and I was doing all my research for the video. But I didn't have a ton of time to try to do everything. I didn't see Marco Polo sheep in any of the countries like hunting lists that I was looking into. So, like, are there Marco Polo sheep? Nepal, India, any of those places? I'm assuming not Suriname, but maybe. Like the boar, great one for the rework. That too, man. Like, and I've said the same thing about Roosevelt elk, for Rocky Mountain elk. Those species need a rework. That's a great reason to give them a great one. What's up, pizza? New map's gonna be lit. I already done played it. I bet you did. That, from my perspective, that thunder came up exactly when Mel's membership renewal showed up. Isn't 33 lucky or something? Is it? 333, Kyla says. I mean, 13 is. 3 plus 3 times 2 is 12, so obviously that's lucky. India rhinos that charge you. So, this is a tough question because it's not going to make any sense necessarily. Indian rhinos, obviously in India, aren't really hunted because it's strictly prohibited. Is there anywhere else they've been maybe introduced that they're hunted somewhere? Is that a thing at all? Pakistan has Marco Polo, but I guess they do not speak Hindi. I like your classic profile picture, by the way. Asiatic lions? I saw there was something else too. Asiatic lions. Was it Nepal or India? I think it was India. It's like the only place where tigers and lions exist in the wild. Thought that was kind of interesting as well. Finally Asia, finally leopards. That was something that confused me because I've never heard of leopard hunting outside of Africa. I had no idea that was done anywhere else. Is it the same kind of leopard? Like, does Asia have whatever, like a grassland type leopard? There's also snow leopards and ibex. Okay, now that begs the question. Is that the type of leopards that we're talking about, or are there multiple type of leopards? This could go a lot of different directions. Hey, B-Man. Father Flangio, I duty begun my fallow deer. What? I'm misunderstanding what that means. I'll be the one. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. You sound videos. What? You sound different in your videos when you hunt in PA than Hunter Call the Wild. I sound different like in my... Well, it's 2 different microphones. That would be one thing. I'm also typically trying to talk quietly. Or are you talking about my voiceovers? That might be the one thing. I feel like I do my voiceovers a little bit differently. I don't know what we hit and what... I think we got them all. Snow leopards in Nepal, maybe. Indian rhinos and Asiatic lions are not hunted anywhere, including any kind of introduced. Gotcha. Doubt there's snow leopard hunting. If I'm thinking of the right thing, and to be fair, not an expert, frankly, I'm not an expert on hunting in North America, but certainly not an expert on hunting outside of North America. Snow leopards are protected, right? But somebody, literally today, was it Junebug maybe, in Hunter Call the Wild chat in my Discord? After my video came out, one of the things I said was I kind of don't think it's India because its hunting is strictly prohibited. And he brought up like, hey, you know, we have European bison, they're protected. And regardless of like, you know, a protected species versus an entire area that prohibits hunting, we do have things in the game, not a ton of species, but a couple that are protected. So maybe that's a route they could go. Like, what would... European bison kind of makes sense. Back when Hirschfelden came out, an animal that size was like the big cool thing to add. Are snow leopards like some special super cool thing that they would go beyond that with? Maybe. Nightbot's on a mission? What's Nightbot doing? I'm Oh, okay. Snow leopards are protected worldwide, okay. Began my fallow grind. I'm on 350 kills, 9 diamonds, 1 piebald. Not bad, dude. Tries to sound like Renella in IRL vids, tries to sound like Dee on YouTube. Yeah, I have my idols. On YouTube, I really try to, yeah, well. We'll go with normal YouTube videos. I really try to get maximal. Holy! Kyla does it too, if you didn't hear that. I'm just hoping they add Himalayan tar and blue sheep. So I literally, like, 5 minutes before the stream, I was sitting down, I was scrolling through comments. I didn't get to respond to any of them. Literally, I made that video, went, refilled my drink, and then recorded half of what's going to be potentially the second of tomorrow's videos, if EW does indeed have something to reveal on stream. I'm going to have a classic video late in the day. Anyway, haven't gotten to go through the comments, but somebody mentioned it's a shame that there's no good places to hunt tar on Te Awaroa, because that would have been cool. And I was like, you know what? Now, they've said, I think, engine limitations have caused them to not add tar before, so I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But I think that was the first thing listed on, like, the Nepal hunting site that I went on was, like, a Himalayan tar hunt. Could we see a backfill? If they add tar, would they put them on tail row as well. That'd be pretty cool. Is your new best guess India? I'm going with Nepal because hunting is strictly prohibited in India. I'm not saying they wouldn't make a map in a country that like basically doesn't allow hunting, but that doesn't seem to make as much sense to me. When the clue fits like multiple countries, because it's so tough. The clue was just like a phrase in Hindi. I don't think that, like, maybe that just means India. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But my first thought is like, there's really no hunting in India. Where else is there Hindi being spoken? I'll be the one thanking the super chat again, by the way. Very much appreciate that. Let me make sure there's no Gemsbok over there, which I don't think there are. Trying to hunt kudu at night, have all drink zones, and hunting with a night scope. Any other advice? 37 diamonds so far. Sounds like you are doing more than fine. You're going like up the coast over here? I'm assuming that means all drink zones. That's what I do. Like when I'm hunting kudu, I go along this area almost exclusively. I don't even bother too much with the lakes inland. There's some lakes that are decent, but yeah, the coast is where I focus. It's not Hindi, it's Nepalese, or at least that's what I understand. Hang on. Google Translate, I need your help. Does that language exist? Nepali is a language. What it was, dang it, I can't remember the... Can somebody put, hey. Can somebody put the, clue words in the chat? Because I cannot remember what that came out to. Like the, oh yeah, it was Patan. What was the first half? Patan is a city square in Nepal. Considered very beautiful. Okay, that kind of makes sense to me. What is she barking at? Snow leopards are a completely different species than leopards. Leopards have a lot of different subspecies that live in Africa, Asia, and Middle East. Gotcha. Making sense? Sunder, okay. It translates the same way, but it's showing me Hindi when I type that in. They may be similar enough languages, though. We need... I so wish YouTube would allow animated emotes. We need to put the shadow barking one. I think I might have a still for that. I really want to go through, because now too, because we have the Shusty tier, the like 99-cent one, there's a lot more members. We probably have more emote slots unlocked. I'm just like terrible at remembering to do that. I try to get videos out, and you know, if I can make it that far, I'm doing good. Hey, Kermit, good luck with them fishing today. If you happen to be around by the time we get to that, a guide in the direction of the cutthroat spot would be appreciated, because I don't think I know exactly where it is. I think we killed 3 things down here. Google Translate says beautiful fall. That's what I came up with as well when I translated it. Jonathan Cena. Your profile picture is invisible, imagine that. Thanks for the gift of membership to Rusty. Very much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Does it show? It does show them both ways, huh? Thank you for the support, man. I really appreciate it. And Rusty, I'm sure you've heard the spiel before, but be sure to join the Discord and link up your YouTube to get the member role. Appreciate you, Kermit. Hindi is one of the most common languages spoken in Nepal, and what's the second thing there? I think... No, we haven't gone here yet. Let's do that last. Really should go to our best spot before the zone ends. Snow leopards cannot be hunted in Nepal, but Indian leopards can be hunted there. Sloth bears would be cool. See, this is why, like, if it would have pointed directly to Nepal, obviously I'd have looked way more into that. But because I was looking into, whatever, 5 or 6 different countries, so much of this stuff didn't come up in, like, cursory research. You know what? I just thought of something. So bears are getting a pop reset with this new update. Sloth bears confirmed? Does that kind of make sense? That kind of makes sense to me. I don't know. Are they similar enough to regular bears that they would give them the same times? I kind of like this. If you repeat with a big spoon, you shall be beat. Is that new? I don't remember it being that. Nice, Skylar. Asian black bears hope for peafowl. I do think we need, like, generally more small game on maps. Like, Reventuli, I feel like, was such a big success because of the amount of small game. If it happens to be India, they'll have a reverse. Rangers say hunting isn't prohibited but highly discouraged. So, again, like, just a recap of what I said in my video and also what other people have come up with. the places where hunting in India, or like the circumstances, I guess maybe I should say, where hunting in India is allowed, is typically like overpopulation and stuff like that. If they were to make an India reserve or whatever, you could have the story and the warden and everything make the point like, yeah, we have too many animals, so that's why we hunt them. Let's add pandas. I'd kind of feel bad shooting a panda, but I probably would pull the trigger. In game, not in real life. I'm not shooting a panda in real life. What was that first letter in the 11 post, the clue? Yes. So yeah, I didn't understand it. Like, I had just woken up, and I'm like scrolling through this, I'm trying to figure out what the heck it says. So it seems to be Hindi, or somebody said potentially Nepalese. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. But it means beautiful fall, which I don't think is that important. I think it being Hindi, or if it's Nepalese, that obviously points directly to Nepal. If it's Hindi, there's a couple of different countries it could be. India, Nepal. There were a couple others where it's spoken, but maybe not as, like, high percentage. So it kind of seems to maybe leave a little bit of room for interpretation as to where it might be headed. And that's kind of why I think we're likely to get, maybe not confirmation, but a pretty good idea on tomorrow's stream from EW. I really feel like if they give us a clue that points us that strong in one direction, we should hear more tomorrow, I think. You violent? I'm just saying in a game, man. You put panda bears in front of me in a game, I might just have to shoot one. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce a bushwhacker, but that was the phrase, yes. Hate handles, am I saying that correctly? Welcome on in. Joke on us all is North America map number 36. Well, you know, like I said in my video, North America technically is classified as a country that has, like, Hindi speakers. I don't know what percentage, but that was there. If it moves, I shall shoot. Exactly. Is there a max score for wildebeest? 40 flat, yes. 40.00. I've never had one. I've had so many max weights, 39.98, something like that. Can't get a 40. How likely is it that the new great one would be on the new map? Because with the suspected location plus the hint of a predatory great one... Wait, I missed this predatory... What's the predatory great one hint? I don't think EW streamed last week. I don't know that I've seen this. Where was that? Okay, those two side by side.
Asking people what type of great ones would they want, like predator, small game.
That doesn't sound like a hint to me.
That's one thing I can think of.
Are all bears getting a pop reset? Yes. I'll see if there's an answer as to that. What's going on, Joe? I'm guessing it's boar or red fox. Even the base maps great one count. Why am I... In my head, I feel like we should be going back towards a latent species because fallow was last, but yeah, there's actually more on latent already. Hey, thank you, Kermit. Our IRL deer season this year getting velvet bow. Ooh, nice. What state is that? I have a hard time keeping track of everybody. Hogzilla Great One better be an actual larger model if they ever go there. Well, they've done it now for pretty much everything but whitetail. Red deer have a larger model. Black bear obviously have a larger model. Moose are huge. What else? Fallow deer are notably larger. Did I get them all? I might have missed one. But yeah, they've been doing that. But if they were to do a Great One boar, it should be 2 or 3 times the size of a typical wild boar in game. All right, we're a little behind schedule, but that's all good. You guys, is tiger or sloth bear? Unofficial hint, just rumors because of the popular votes. I wouldn't necessarily go that far because of the popular vote thing. I don't know when that poll was, but I remember specifically. So this is when Great One red deer were like a couple of weeks away. They posted a poll on YouTube. Hey, what Great One do you want to see? Moose, red deer, etc., etc. Moose won that poll big time, and we got red deer and black bear before we got moose. So I wouldn't lean too much into that. It means beautiful fall, Billy. Twice the size of the four-wheelers? You know what would be kind of neat? I don't know if this makes any sense, but what if, like, a Great One boar were a class, say, 7, and you can shoot it with the 300? Because it's so big? Want a rosy great one so bad they're my favorite animal in the game, and they could use the model rework. We talked about that in terms of the boar earlier. That would be like almost a killing two birds with one stone type of thing. What's going on, Reed? Welcome back. So we know Great One will be for sure. We know Great One. Oh, I see what you're saying. I do believe Jaxy has said there is going to be a Great One with this update. I'm fairly confident that is something that's been confirmed. We don't know the species, and we also don't know, like, necessarily if it would be on the new map. For instance, Reventuli Coast came out. The Great One was black bear with that update. There's obviously no black bear on Reventuli Coast, so I wouldn't say it's a guarantee by any stretch that it is going to exist on the new map. Patan is a place in Nepal. So maybe it is just that direct, because it's a translation from Hindi. I don't want to 100% dive into that. The only reason, like, I wonder, would they straight up tell us, hey, it's Nepal from a Twitter thing? Maybe they would. I don't know. That's why, like, it almost makes me start to second guess leaning towards Nepal in my video, because I feel like they would wait for their own stream to do that. Maybe that's it, though. I hope it's Nepal. Like, the more that I've looked at the species and stuff, I think that's the one I want it to be. And when I started getting my hopes up for something and then I'm wrong, it always disappoints me. So I sure hope that's what it's going to be. If water boofs come back, I'm happy. Well, and I thought it was going to eventually happen. A lot of people thought water buffalo should have been on Emerald Coast, and they never ended up, like, backfilling them or anything. Beautiful fall, does that mean waterfall or players falling off cliffs? I vote ladder. Well, there is that really cool cliff on Virunga Savannah, well, actually, aka this map, you can launch yourself off of, so more of those would be good. I feel like, I had to go to 8K, so hopefully, like, you can get one sooner than that. I would say if you have... Did I shoot 2 here? I guess I did. If you have the time, I would try to really put in as many hours as you can before the update, because once that pop reset happens, I wonder, will it be as easy, I'm going to say, to grind black bear in the top left like everybody's doing? Are there red deer in Nepal? I don't think so. Not that I found. New England Mountains 2 confirmed. You're right. Holy. More gray fox, yes. A Himalayan map which includes part of India, Pakistan. Ooh, but see, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Because isn't that how they said Silver Ridge Peaks was done? It's like part of Montana, part of maybe Colorado. There's another one. There's 3 or 4 states that they kind of combined. I like the way you're thinking there. Just a Himalaya map generally. Then you can add more cool things. This is the way to go. And that's typically, I feel like, the way they do maps. So do you think Nepal was worth a year wait? Africa, yes, worth a wait. Nepal. I think it depends on, like, the species list and everything. Looking at what could be there, I could see it being worth the wait. But, you could even say this about Virunga Savannah. Like, if there were... I mean, obviously Virunga was a huge hit. But if there were Greater Kudu, if there were Eland, if there were Lion on release, would it have been a far more popular map? Would it have been even better received? Obviously, yes. So we'll see, like... ultimately what the map even is. And then we'll see what's going to be on it. They have blue sheep there. I don't know what a blue sheep is, but I have read that multiple times today. I know they're there. I haven't looked at them. Utah, was it Utah? I wasn't sure. Oh, Wyoming too, I think. You're right. There is red deer in India called Kashmir deer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. In the mountains too with a raccoon great one. Holy. Depends how they execute it. Exactly. You would like to think, given a year to do it, it will be executed well, but you never know. Do you think Africa will be next year? Maybe. What, you gotta wonder what the reasoning behind, going a year between maps is to begin with. Are they working on another project? Is it, an attempt to make bigger maps? Like, maybe, whatever week is gonna have, like, 20 species. Maybe it's supposed to be the biggest map in the game. Who knows, like, what their reasoning is for fewer maps? And the reason I say that is, like... Can't talk and shoot at the same time. The reason I say that is... if they wanted to do another Africa map, because it's been 6 years, right? We already know this isn't going to be Africa, so it'll be like close to 7 years since Verhunga came out. That's crazy. I still love this map. Anyway, you would expect there's not going to be an Africa 3.0, so maybe they would just really try to go for it and make it amazing. Some animals might get Truex. Yeah, like, slowly but surely, usually with these updates, something does get Truex, and Verhunga's all that's left. That'd be nice. That's what I'm wondering, Danny. Could the map be larger with a longer development time? I wonder, is it as important? It probably is. Like, when I think of Way the Hunter, Way the Hunter's map sizes on their DLCs is a large part of why they're not as good. Nez Perce and Transylvania, in my opinion, are always going to be the best 2 maps in Way the Hunter, because the maps are so big. You have so much to explore. You don't get caught up hunting like 4 spots over and over and over again. I think, yeah, generally like a larger map in Call of the Wild would be good. Maybe that's a potential case. Just hoping there's a jungle/rainforest section on the new map. Super Gemsbok. I'm dumb. Like, is there a jungle in Nepal? Is there a jungle in India? I have no idea. Which species do you think will come with this update? It's like, I feel like if basically what I would tell you is I would go and Google like hunting in Nepal or hunting in India and come up with like all the different species. I don't know enough about either place to do anything other than just go and look it up. Nez Perce, whatever is massive, it is indeed. Feel like as many new species as possible is key to a good map. Yeah, for the most part, I think Verhunga's as popular as it is, largely because it's, I think, all unique species, right? Is there anything, maybe even now, like with backfills and stuff? Widgeon, I guess. That almost looks, I can't tell. Nah, he's common. In India, there's plenty, but I don't know about Nepal. Gotcha. A lot of boy would like to see something new with such a long wait. Make us rock climb or something, have us need an oxygen mask. Something unique. Some kind of new, like, the rock climbing thing you mentioned in my DMs earlier, like, climbing gear from Classic. Some kind of new little mechanic or whatever to really sell the immersion would be nice. Ah, wrong way. Nice. Hey, Cooper, I appreciate that, man. Just got Way the Hunter. What is the best way to make money? What I would do is go to Aurora Shores and just like every moose, caribou, Roosevelt elk, whatever you see, go for it. A really good thing, if you're specifically after money and you're not worried about maybe trying to get trophies just yet, do that in multiplayer, because multiplayer, like if you start a multiplayer session, it's a separate population from your single player game. Therefore, you can just murder everything and not hurt your genetics. I did some quick research, and tigers are in Nepal. Wait, they are? Maybe so I saw something today that said India is the only country that has lions and tigers just like roaming in the wild. Maybe it literally meant the only country that actually has both. Because I thought the way that I read that was India is the only one that has either. I mean, if it's a Himalayan map, shooting from peak to peak would be an excuse for a 400 meter zero. We usually get a new gun, right? With a map. I think we pretty much always have. Maybe we do finally get the gun that can 0 to 400 like I've been begging for since like Silver Ridge Peaks. Currently 355 tigers in Nepal. So if I do a tiger grind and I shoot 354, am I guaranteed to get something cool? India has Asiatic lions. So that much I did definitely find in my research. That part at least has been confirmed. It's interesting, like getting everybody together here. The amount of stuff that I definitely missed. That's why I wanted to do. I should have probably started the stream earlier, but I had so much to do today. Do you think the update will come in early or late June? So going back to something that JaxyBeard said, I think ZBG was maybe in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. He asked Jaxy if we can expect a similar timeline with this next update as what Emerald Coast had, meaning, you know, like trailer release sometime in, I think it was late May, teasers in early June, map release in late June. And I believe he said yes. So, in theory, probably late June. Now, there's a kind of elephant that lives in the rivers of Nepal. Oh my god. Can you imagine if they actually did elephants and it's not on an Africa map? Nobody would see that coming. Could see tigers being part of a mission, man killer, since that's a thing. As long as after you kill it, every time you walk past it in the trophy lodge, your character goes, the man-eating tiger. Some people get the reference. What if it's just another North America map and it's a really late April Fool's joke? Do you know how sick of a joke that would be to make us wait a year for a map? And then get us all hyped up talking about tigers and elephants and rhinos and leopards and be like, whitetail. Big Mal. What if they made elephants a mount you can ride? See, everybody's talking about mountain elephants in their trophy lodge. In reality, you should be mounting them to get from A to B. Oh, that's unfortunate. Rhino bolts. It'll die. Class 9 and 10 animals confirmed with elephants. Well, we have Class 9, technically. Give us a Midwest map? I do want one, but if anything, that, especially with our current thing, it would have to be a 6-month thing. Like, I would accept it as filler in between. Certainly not. I don't think I could do okay with a Midwest map waiting a year. Good Lord, wanted. There's hyenas in India. There are? See, India has so many, and this was, again, something that I really wasn't aware of until today. India has, like, extremely diverse wildlife, and part of the reason that hunting is, like, strictly prohibited is to protect the wildlife. Now, we won't get into the arguments as to how hunting actually can benefit good Lord, conservation, conversation, one of the two. That'll be a debate for another day. But yeah, they actually have a ton of stuff. Hey, Eli. Mississippi does 75% of the job of a Midwest map. To me, a Midwest map has to have cornfields and snow. That would be the ultimate Midwest map for me. Hyenas, specifically striped hyenas, are found in India, ooh, and Nepal. Now we're talking. Mark my words, it's Nepal. I'll put my left big toe on it. I need my right big toe, so I won't match you. But the more we talk about it here, the more it's making sense to me. I still do think there's a chance that it's India, though. Why would they make a hunting game in India if it's banned? Okay, so good question. And this is kind of the... This is the reason that I even got into researching Suriname and Mauritius and... What was the other ones? Trinidad and Tobago and one other one. I can't even remember now. Oh, obviously in Nepal. The hint was in Hindi, which naturally you think, okay, India. But hunting is strictly prohibited in India. The reason that I'm like not completely ruling it out is A, it's a hunting game, and B, somebody just brought up just a couple of minutes ago. Rather than be overly worried about like, hey, it's this country, just making it a Himalayan map kind of gives you far more ability to add like other species and stuff. And then, you know, maybe it is actually part India, but you don't have to worry about the cultural stuff. So I don't want to rule out species that exist in India because we're saying, oh, it can't be India, there's no hunting there. That's where we're trying to go with this. Do you know what the first letters spell on the post? Dang it. Sundar Patan or something? We just had it and I already forget. But it means beautiful fall in Hindi, and then it turns out Patan is a place in Nepal. I'm sure I'm saying it incorrectly. But, note, Pakistan also had Hindi speakers. Is it a significant percentage? I'm not sure actually how the article that I found chose the countries that it chose. Has not had. Well, that's different. Is that what you said? No. Okay. Making sure my brain hasn't broken yet. I vote Iowa map. To make it real, you should have to only be able to get a buck tag every 4 years. That's only kind of a joke. 6.5 Creed should be 3 to 7? Or just more powerful. One of the two. I'm with you. Talked about striped hyenas in Discord earlier. Was I recording by then? I must have been. Don't mind me, Danny. We'll figure it out. Has not had. Oh! I get it. Never mind. I understand you now. Pakistan had a decent Hindi-speaking population, and like no longer does. Am I with you now? How many hints are there usually for an update? In the past, there would be a couple. Lately, the last several years, I don't know that we even really get hints. Sometimes, like, it'll be, you know, some little dumb thing. Last year, last summer, Jaxy did a stream, and he started or ended the stream, or maybe in the middle of the stream, like, the screen went upside down. And then, like, it was obviously saying, hey, Australia. But he just played it off as like, oh, I hit the wrong button. Sometimes there's things like that. The old days when there was hints in game, like, I believe they said that there's a reason they can't do it anymore. And I really can't remember why. But there was something so cool when they'd be like, there might be a hint in the game. I mean, people would there was it was for the Saseka Safari Lodge. There was like a statue that was maybe like, you know, African art style or something. Like on the top of a mountain in Layton. There's no animals up there, nobody hunts there. But somebody went and found it. Like, people used to scour the maps. I do miss that about the old hints. Miss my old shooting, too. Hey, nice, Spruce Lodge. The worst part is, now I gotta go get that. What's up, Riley? What I missed, and what do you think the new map might be? I'm still leaning towards Nepal, but the thing that I'm starting to kind of lean towards more, just from talking to everybody in chat here, is, and this is still Nepal kind of, but more a concept of like a Himalayas map, meaning, you know, it doesn't have to just be in Nepal. Maybe you have animals from Nepal, animals from India, animals from like other, like wherever else you want to go around the Himalayas. That I think makes for the best type of map. So hopefully, now that we've like talked about 15 different options here on stream, that's the one that I think I'd like to see the most. More of a combination. The boxing gloves for SRP was my favorite because no one knew if it was Australia or the Rockies. I sometimes wonder if that was part of the reason they stopped doing hints, because that was one of the last major in-game hints. If I remember correctly, there may have been a couple more, like the Crocs on SRP, like the sound was one. I'm not really sure what else there was after that. But like a lot of people were really convinced we were getting Australia. And I wonder if like those people ultimately were so upset that they decided to stop doing hints because it left some people wanting something they didn't get. EW devs in this stream realizing we had better ideas than the new map. Hey, who knows, but hopefully at least when ideas like that get put out there, they can, you know, take those and run in the future if nothing else. The Wolves on Layton was pretty good. I do remember that one. There was torn paper on the... I don't remember that. Torn paper on the ground? I missed that one. Good news, there are jungles in Nepal. Perfect. We could have a nice little diverse biome type map. Maybe it's half Nepal, half India reserve. Hopefully Bengal tigers will be on it. Okay, so did we learn... See, now I'm already getting myself confused. We learned there are also tigers in Nepal, right? So I guess we don't have to hope for like the combined thing necessarily to get tigers, because I think somebody said there's huntable tigers in Nepal. But even still, I think that is the best case scenario. Alright, I don't know where this thing is. We'll find it another day. Jeez, we're almost at the end of this drink zone. People called me crazy for a theory that the torn paper was for a dog, but I was right. Huh. Was that ever a big deal? Like, I just don't remember that. Maybe you were the only one that caught on. Big Duck, thank you for the gifted membership. There we go. To K-Flow. Did it say 0 on screen? Obviously it was 1. I don't know why I did it that way. Nonetheless, thank you so much for the support, man. I really do appreciate that. K-Flow, I'm sure, knows the drill. Be sure to join the Discord. Link up your YouTube to get that member roll. Enjoy the badges and emojis here on YouTube. Tigers cannot be hunted in Nepal. Wait. Wait, was it leopards that could be... See, this is the thing. I get confused. I should have written everything down. Maybe it was leopards that could be hunted. Yesterday getting an IRL Velvet September bow hunt. What did you... Was it just September 7th to the 9th? Is it a couple of days? Decent little fellow over there. Do you think this will be a good map? It's hard for me to look at any of the options that we've come up with. And to be fair, we could be wrong on all of them. Like, keep that in mind. If we're wrong on all of them, I'm not going to try to make any judgment as to whether or not it'll be good. The options that we think it might be, just, you know, discussing it here on stream, there's not a lot of potential for, like, copy and paste, you know, the reskins of species and stuff. So if they're mostly new species, I'd imagine it would be good. Don't really want to hunt tigers, I want tigers to hunt me. Like, back to the old... Sort of the brown bear the way they used to be. Anytime you would shoot a bear, they'd go aggressive. That type of approach that EW used to do, I wouldn't hate it. It'll be an Antarctica map. Turns out there's one Hindi speaker in Antarctica and none of us thought it up. Put in an animal like the... Well, it's funny you say that, because Classic did that. Now, they changed it. But the way that polar bears worked, for the first... Not even that long. 3 months, 6 months. You could not shoot them. The game would, like... Sort of like if you try to shoot another player in Call of the Wild, it would say, like, unethical target or whatever. It would make you put the gun down. If the polar bear was aggressive, you could shoot it. Now, you still didn't... Like, you weren't able to harvest it, meaning you couldn't, like, pester the polar bears into charging you. And then there would be different periods, kind of like what we talked about, like maybe they should do for an India map if they were going to do it. Where they would be like, hey, there's too many polar bears, it's open season on polar bears. So there was supposed to be like different periods of time where you could hunt them. That all kind of ties in. I also read that, Danny, there's like one hunting reserve in Nepal, which that actually, that kind of leads back into the whole Himalayas map, not one area thing. Do you think we'll see a trailer tomorrow? I think it's a little too early for a trailer. I think we did. I think it was May 23rd last year for Emerald Coast. So maybe we could see one tomorrow. I don't know. Could it be the very end of the stream when they just play a trailer? How long in advance of releases are the trailers usually? Because sometimes they do a teaser trailer that's like 30 seconds, and then the main trailer, sometimes we don't see that until really close to the release. Imagine they put one snow leopard on your map and you'd have to spot it. I wanted that for... Not lions. Lions, they kind of did what I wanted anyway. There's not a bunch of lions on your map if you really look at it. But maybe when mountain lions came out? Like, I feel like there should be so much fewer than there actually are. This is early 79th? Gotcha. Don't care what it is, I just want frickin' leopards. Well, I'll tell you this. When lions were first revealed, they did like a Simba reference, and I, you know, hadn't seen Simba in 20 years. Lion King, technically. So I didn't make the connection. But it was like small lion foot in big lion footprint. I didn't even, that never occurred to me. I thought it was a leopard foot. And I've kind of always wanted leopards ever since then. So I'd be with you on that. I think they've been about a month before in the past. Now, again, like, you got to keep in mind, we're no longer on the, like, the old release schedule of every 6 months. So I don't want to just say, like, well, usually the maps are this. But June 26th, 4th, 5th, 6th, right in there is almost always when the new maps come out. So it is right about a month. Just maybe. That's the snow leopard's whole thing, right? Super reclusive and hard to spot? I believe so. I read, or maybe watched a video, I think I read, something about, like, I don't know where, but they were trying to keep track of the snow leopard population with trail cams, and I guess specifically cell cams, and they had made some kind of software for identifying snow leopards in the photos, because they're so, like, well camouflaged and stuff. Seems to add up. I think we might have whiffed that. They also did have that June bug. Yeah, there was a dead spring bug. There's Tibetan wolves, but they can't be hunted. Where's the first half of that? Oh, there's also timber wolves. Wait, are there timber wolves and Tibetan wolves? Timber wolves and gray wolves, they're different, right? Technically? Oh, we did get that. Because I kind of want a new... I guess we have Iberians, but I kind of want a new wolf species in the game. Aren't snow leopards very protected by law? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're protected worldwide. That becomes one of those things. It's like European bison. They're technically in danger, but we can hunt them. I don't know, like, where the line is drawn for that stuff. What animal would you want more than anything? Well, Marco Polo sheep. Are they in the Himalayas, though? Or are they more in... I don't even know what that mountain range is, technically. Gotta steal another 400 elk off your map? I don't know what we're streaming Wednesday. So I'm recording a loggers/timber gold video for tomorrow. I've done the loggers portion. Gonna go to timber gold after today's stream and record the rest of that. Have to decide what we're gonna do. Maybe we'll go back to timber gold. Maybe we'll try to do some challenges again. Is there such a gun as a 243 AR in real life? I don't know how frequently they're sold as that, but you could certainly make one. Nice. No, gray wolves and timber wolves are the same, they just get bigger in some areas. Ah, okay. Marco Polo sheep are not in the Himalayas, but Tibetan Argali, they're the monsters, right? They're the biggest sheep species in the world. I'd be fine with that. What do you think about cheetahs in Call of the Wild? Or the worst? Hacking. Just terrible. Oh! Kyla didn't think that was funny. I did. You didn't think that was a little bit funny?
No.
You have no humor. Your humerus was broken as a child.
Shut up.
The J-Tag says, oh my. Yeah, I don't know. I think they'd be a cool thing to have. Make them aggressive, make them chase springbuck and stuff around. That was really bad. Boo! Can you see my codex? What part of it? What's up, DLF? Wow. Unplug the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is by me. I'll fight back. Release will be late June. Midsummer is almost a sacred holiday in Sweden, and also the start of vacation period when the country closes down more or less. Midsummer is June 21st. Okay, so like, dumb question. Would the idea be to release it so that, say, like, local Swedes can then have more time to play it? Because the thing that I immediately think of is, if something goes wrong, and a large percentage of the employees are, like, on vacation or whatever, is that not a major problem? But that's, like, when they always release, so I'm just wondering, like, what... Oh, I need to change time first. What would be the reason for doing that? What does Grandpa Flantro think the new map should be? Yeah, Becky Maddie. I don't know what Grandpa Flantro would think. You know, we used to have 2 maps and the kids were happy with it. More different pixels, the better. Yeah, that's what Grandpa thinks. Need a shadow bark twitch alert? Like a sound alert? I have thought of that, Hunter. But Mouflon they did really well. And Mouflon, that was right after SRP, right? SRP was June, and then Quattro was that winter, I think. So I would hope that they could do Marco Polos correctly, because they look incredible. Kyle is more fun after a few drinks, at least streams are. No comment. I hope there is Himalayan tar if we get an Asia map. So, I'm really, and again, like, I start to get my hopes up for stuff, and it usually doesn't go well. But I'm really hoping that you're right, because the thought of, maybe seeing Himalayan tar work their way onto Te Awaroa one day as well. Like, I have, from the time Tay came out, I have felt it's missing something, it needs something else, and maybe tar are the answer. Lately here, like, you know, we've been waiting for big news like we got today. And just in the meantime, trying to make videos, I'll go through and be like, let's do something different today. Ooh, Tearoa, I don't know. Is there anything, like, I think about hunting Tay, and I think, like, I could kill a super rare chamois. And I'm not sure anybody, like, there's nothing on that map that really gets people excited. So I never go there. Maybe Tar changed that. Bengal tiger, maybe? Yeah, we've gone back and forth, so I think tigers aren't technically hunted in Nepal, but leopards are, or something like that. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all the different stuff that we discover throughout the course of the stream, but when I think of, like, big picture stuff that people ask for, because, you know, turkeys get requested, finally turkeys got out of the game with SRP, I think. But as far as, like, stuff that would be a major deal for the game to get, tigers get asked for a lot, like, going back years. Maybe they would kind of make that exception and do it. Sambar on Tay? Does New Zealand have sandbar? Yeah, they do, huh? Well, duh, because they're on Way Hunter. Can I see your hunting profile? That part? Hang on. I need to screenshot this. This is a moment in my life. Glad you asked. Tigers could be done as a mission animal. They could do even like the an homage to Dangerous Hunts 09. Do some tranquilizer tiger missions. Nice profile. Thanks. An avocado. Look. Double nice. Too bad I don't have 69 great ones to go along with it. Don't know if you can get 69 great ones in 69k harvest. Okay. I haven't seen any Gemsbok here in a while. It's kind of concerning me. Fun fact, putting the same paragraph over and over will get your chat removed. Asian elephants aren't hunted anywhere. Are those related? Remember, Mr. Abrams, you mustn't hurt the tigers. What about the tiger that attacks that guy and tries to eat his face? Do you remember that? Pepper Ridge Farms remembers. What about poacher hunting, where they get better the more you hunt them? It might be better saved for another game, unfortunately. Just feel like people who would be mad if they added him don't necessarily play the game. Let me go back to that. But the people who would be mad if they got left off are the ones who support the company. That's a pretty fair point. Yeah, who are they ultimately, like, beholden to? I guess technically they're shareholders and stuff, number one, right? Maybe that's part of the problem. Are you fishing today or not? I think so. We're about an hour in. I don't know that I'll do like a 4-hour stream, so we may do an hour and a half of each. Again, kind of depends, like, if we really get into the weeds with new map combo as we continue along, I may stay here. I'd like to do some cutthroat fishing, though. So I unlocked that feeder rod, if you caught, was it Friday's stream? And I think Monday's stream as well. We were working to try to get that from the Spain map. I got that done. But now I want to do a backpack expansion. So I need a couple of diamond tokens. Cutthroats might not be a bad way to do that. Still want to see a hunting game that adds elephants like those old hunting games. African Safari had them. I don't think that game exists for PC anymore. I need to look up if that happened, if that exists, because I'm really careful with the like hunting games that define my childhood. Like, I'm afraid of ruining the nostalgia by playing it again and being like, oh, this looks terrible. But, like, so far it's been fine. Like, when I played Alaskan Adventures, I really enjoyed it, had a really good time playing it. If African Safari exists on PC, I should get it. Now, there were two. African Adventures was the new one. African Safari is the one that I'm talking about. What the? Alright, well, I shot this 12 times. Where did it go? Is there anything we know we're getting? Beyond, we know the next update will be a new map. Jaxy confirmed that. I probably should have said that in today's video, and I did kind of fail to mention that. The reason I'm so sure that the whole hint is obviously a map and not like a species or something is because Jaxy said the next update will be a map. And then I believe Jaxy has also confirmed with this update there's going to be a great one. We don't know where the map's going to be. Now this hint certainly seems to point towards like the Himalaya area. I think that's maybe the best way to say it. But yeah, we don't know for sure. There's giraffes in India. Are there? I didn't know that. Still have it for the 360. Love Throwback Thursday. I think if there's one game that would really get me like back into it, it would be African Safari. Great one, white tiger with scars? Alright, I have another dumb question. White Bengal tigers, is that a Bengal tiger with like leucism or whatever, or is that a separate species? What exactly do I do with the 16 zones with herd management? I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't, like, when I've done any sort of management, I just sometimes leave small ones. That's about as, like, serious as I get with it. That'll work. Think a subspecies, just a Bengal tiger with a mutation. Yak, maybe? I know I talk a lot, but geez. No, is that a... Ooh, I forget what... That was India, right? Gurr? They're like a big wild ox. Is that... No, yak's not a wild... That's different, right? Can we have both? Don't need a math formula to hunt? Isn't that what... That was Dee Dee's whole thing. I kind of like... I sort of like the way you put that. Maybe a great one. Boar, what else in India is on other maps? Good question. So I wouldn't necessarily say for sure like the Great One's going to be on the new map. What I think of is Reventuli Coast. That wasn't that long ago. Black Bear was the Great One with that update. No black bears on Reventuli. So there's maybe a chance that hello there. That it has nothing to do with like India species. Did I knock it along? If it is going to be on the new map, and also a base game species, wild boar's about it. I don't think there's anything else. Yaks are big cows that look like feral goats. I like it. Axis are in India. Axis and black buck both, I believe, are native to India, yeah. Looked it up. White Bengal tigers just have a recessive gene for the white fur. Huh. Simple as that. Have you got any big bucks? Quite a few huge fours today. That one we just killed here that landed... Where'd he go? Right down here somewhere. He's the probably third one that's like, it has the small 5 horns. Just haven't had a 5 yet. Red fox in India? Oh god. I still don't know if a red fox great one scares me or not. Because like Emerald Coast is actually really good for fox hunting and New England's not bad. Still just the mere thought of it. We've had such horrid grinds. Just scares me. What's up, Patrick? They're all in captivity. Same. I'm like, what do you do with them? I heard you choose 16 zones and hunt 8. Yeah, I've never done herd management like to that degree, so I have no idea. I'm sure there's YouTube tutorials out there, but I unfortunately have no idea how that works. Wonder why 16 and 8. The 22 Hornet is super fun for fox. Yeah, it's actually a pretty solid gun. When it came out, it kind of sucked, but they opposite of nerfed it. What's the word I want? Like made it better. There is a phrase, and now it's really good. Like I used it for something recently. Was like pleasantly surprised how well it was killing stuff. Oh, we looked right into that and took it right in the dome. Luck is not a bad thing sometimes. Never seen a hunting game that has Asian elephants except for Dangerous Hunstone 9? They did, huh? I forgot about it. They had, because there was an Africa map, I think they had, is it just African elephants? And they did have Asian elephants. Boar are hunted in Nepal, so most likely boar. I'm trying to decide, like, would a boar great one really, like, what was that, Shadow? Oh, I thought you said something like something happened. Oh, I'm trying to decide if boar would like really hype me up or not. I think any new great one to a large degree would, but you know, there's a difference between, you know, oh my god, great one insert thing, and great one mule deer or something that really would get me. Had one red fox diamond potential and it turned as I fired. Been scared to try them since. I get you. Like, sometimes with those things, like, it's so hard to get one to show up. I'd spent so long grinding for and this was right before a map release. It was over the summer. I was trying to grind for a diamond red fox. It was the only diamond I didn't have. And I finally got a 9 to show up. It was on stream. I made the shot, fortunately, but it trolled. And like, just the air came out, wind maybe came out of my sails. I went back to multiplayer the next day and I lucked into a diamond. Like, I really did get lucky. And if the fact that there was a map coming out is why I kept doing it. If there was no map coming out, I don't know that I stuck with it. But it's so tough. Like, when you gotta work so hard and you finally get one and it doesn't go your way. You might be onto something, Isaac. We're getting a lot of big ones here. If it is a wild boar, it might give me an even worse itch to go hog hunting. There you go. I've never, like, truly gone hog hunting. I was supposed to in Texas, but I really don't think that one counts. It is a funny story that I like to tell, but that was hardly an actual hunt. It might be the one we're spotting. I saw a male that was, like, up in there. Well, I mean, oh, maybe that one? Stuff's gotta die, so whatever. Kinda glad I missed because I didn't have a follow-up. Hey, Wolverine. Are you saying the fox was before Rancho? If that's the case, good lord, time flies. The Deer Hunter mobile game has Asian elephants. I don't know if I've played that one. If I've played that one, I haven't gotten that far. How do you herd manage? Okay, so like, you can go way far and beyond what I'm talking about, and the 16-8 zone thing that you're talking about is already beyond what I'm gonna say. But the main concept is to leave small, let's say bucks. Let's just say you're doing whitetail. Leave small bucks. The game is going to kind of counterbalance those small buck spawns with bigger buck spawns, and that's the whole concept. As far as the 16-8 thing, I don't know how that works, but I guess like you're trying to pick zones that are maybe consistently respawning deer. What's the new map supposed to be? So, based on I don't know how many people are in the stream right now, or I would have said the collective minds of exact number of people, but based on our collective minds here in the stream, we've basically come up with like a Himalayas map. So maybe Nepal, maybe India, but I think a good way to just look at it, and I would say be most likely right, is just to say Himalayas map. The hint, basically they had a tweet that said like, look at the first letter of our last 11 tweets, including this one. It comes out to be Sundar Patan. I'm saying it incorrectly, but point remains. That is a Hindi phrase that means beautiful fall, and also apparently Patan is a place in Nepal, so it really starts to point towards Nepal. Hindi is spoken in Nepal, obviously India, but India is very much restrictive when it comes to hunting. So yeah, it could go a couple of different directions. Himalayas certainly seems to be the most likely, you know, general area though. That's a nice widgeon. Oh, hey, he's dead. No, don't float. You suck. I was hoping he would stay there. Left a comment on your video, but on the new map, I hope we get something fictional combining Nepal, India, and even in some area with Marco Polo sheep. That would be, like, my dream. Like, looking at what is, like, the area that we're generally looking at, and what's around, like, what kind of game species there are, all that kind of stuff, what type of hunting is primarily done, I think that would be, like, the ideal. And I wish I could remember who said it, but like literally information goes, well, in one eye out the other instead of in one ear out the other. I see something, 2 minutes later I forget that happened. But somebody said that thing like a a combined Himalayas map, basically. That seems like the best way to do it. Best pheasant hunting map? Rancho, and it's not close. Quattro, Hirschfelden, and New England all also have pheasants. The issue with those maps is that there's no cover coded into the map. So what happens is the pheasants will just flush, sometimes from 100 plus meters away. You have no chance of killing them with a shotgun. If instead you go to Rancho, when you spook those pheasants, instead of just flying away, they're going to go hide in cover first. Then you move up close, you flush them when you're ready, and you get to take them out with a shotgun. Rancho is the best pheasant hunting map, bar none. Had a diamond fallow disappear after I shot it in fast travel? That does happen still occasionally, I guess. It used to be a major issue, but as far as I can tell, it mostly doesn't happen much anymore. Waiting on tomorrow's stream. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, I'm so afraid. Oh, good. I'm so afraid it's going to be like 2 hours, or no, hour stream, final 3 seconds. Jaxy's like, what would be a, like, okay, I'm not going to get too specific, but like, literally, it just ends with him going like, and next week, Paul's coming on, and he's going to tell us, and then it's just like a Nepal thing, and like that's all we get. I hope it's not that. I hope it's like legit info. Wouldn't it be cool to find a melanistic tiger? Assuming they exist, because I know melanistic lions don't exist. If that's a real thing? Actually, we've talked about this. Melanistic lions, just put them in the game because it'd be that cool. So I'm going to go yes, it would be cool. Regardless of whether or not they're real. I can't say immediately I've ever seen one. Beard can't keep a secret that long. He does like to spill the info. Does Jaxy watch your streams? I don't know how like routinely he's in here. He stops in chat every now and then, but I know often he lurks. He lurks in like the community streams as a whole, whether it's a partnered streamer or not. I know he's in a lot of streams, whether or not he says anything. First 12-minute stops. Man of the people for sure, that is for sure. No males this time. Pseudo-mela tigers exist. What the heck does that mean? Does the drilling rifle have good penetration? Well, the 9.3 rounds, yeah. The buckshot, not so much. The 9.3 is like maybe surprisingly good. You might not expect how good it is. Missing to watch his personal streams always was. Late eating for me is such an energy boost. Yeah, he doesn't. I think he streams occasionally on his personal channel now, but he doesn't get to do it as much, obviously, with working for them. Means partial melanistic. They're more black, thick black stripes. So, it's a weird name. I guess I kind of get it. Yeah, that makes sense. When I think of pseudo-melanistic, I think of, like, I guess sort of that, like, the stripes are bigger than they should be, so they look melanistic but aren't. That's what kind of threw me off, but. Ooh, boy, was that some horrible reaction time. Got him, but that's kind of rough. Golden tigers. What's a golden tiger? We talked about golden pheasants earlier. Just Google it. But, like, effort. Effort. I don't wanna. No. After you finish the Gemsbok grind, you should do a Grey Wolf grind. So I have a plan, and this is probably for, like, this fall or something. Here's what I hope happens. Because we know we're getting, or at least I'm pretty sure we know we're getting a new Great One with this next update. I can't, like, remember Beard saying that, but I think somebody told me Beard said that. So I'm going to assume we're getting a Great One with the next update. Whatever that is, maybe I can hit it like I did Fallow Deer and get it within a month or two. What I want to do is a stream, like, not a stream, sorry. Well, yeah, kind of a stream series, let's say it that way, for the Layton Trophy Cabin, and try to get, and this is the problem, I gotta do it on Layton or Hirsch, try to get a Great One for that center platform in the Layton Trophy Cabin. So, like, I don't know that I want to grind anything on Hirsch. I'm probably looking at whitetail moose or black bear. We'll see what Layton looks like with the pop reset for bears. Maybe that's something I can, you know, accomplish relatively easily, but yeah, we'll kind of see. New weapon should be spear. What are we, Tim Wells? Red deer are decent on Hirsch? Are they? I don't know if I'd want to, like, it wouldn't look bad. Red deer in the center. Like, it'd be better than a whitetail, I think. Ah, he stopped. Just, like, the mere fact that it would fill more space on that platform. You'd spear a great one? I thought you, like, lassoed them and slit their neck. Did that die? No. Alright, well, I'm not terribly worried about that then. We'll probably do one more run. And then we'll jump to the angler. Anybody over here? Maybe? Nope, that's grass. There's more stag-only zones on Hirsch, but they don't come in as big in numbers. Sounds like, oh, hello. Sounds like you gotta be maybe a little bit more disciplined, like not deleting zones and stuff then, but it could be done. Tim Wells is nuts, though. Tim Wells has a gene that I don't have, that's for sure. He has that, like, adventure, you know, kill a bear with a spear thing that just does not exist in me. Bear pop resets with the new map. They said the next update, which Beard, I believe, said the next update will have the new map, so I think you're correct there. Ah, slow. So, like, I decided to give him a chance and miss him the first time on purpose. I never got to finish my red deer grind for I lost data, but everything was running smoothly around 200 kills in. That's on Hirsch. I am just so afraid of that being horrible. I don't hate Hirsch, though. It'd be kind of like how I was doing the moose grind on Layton because I like it on Layton. I think, like, anybody that didn't play Call of the Wild when red deer were only on Hirsch, there were, like, old days of Call of the Wild, the way that red deer existed on that map, it was awesome. Like, finding even a mythical red deer on Hirschfeld was special. Bored of all great ones, old or new? It'd be kind of cool if, like, if there had to be a specific hunting style or something to change it up. Like, I don't know how you would do that, but if instead of grinding, like, something else could be, like, the way to get one. But I don't know how, like, how do you do that, and also, like, how does anybody discover it? What is the clue? To make a long story short, basically, they did a thing on their social medias. They had like 11 posts where you're supposed to go back and read the first letter of each, and it seems to lead to a Himalayan map. If you want to watch my video from earlier, I kind of go over like why that's the case. What's your most favorite animal in the game overall? If I consider like model and how fun they are to hunt, and maybe even what map they're on, it would be mountain goats, but they don't have true racks, right? True horns? Maybe they do. Yeah, I think they do. Maybe mountain goats then. I don't know. I really like wolves, but they are a little repetitive, I guess, if it was like the only thing I ever hunted. It might have been longer than 3 years, Hunter. It was a long, long time. I like great ones for the remodel aspect. They usually make the species look a lot better. Yeah, fallow deer got... There's another good one. Fallow deer got a massive upgrade. It was so funny, like... I believe that when we found out fallow deer were getting the upgrade... Well, it had to be, because it would have given it away. When we found out that fallow were getting the model update, was the Great One stream. And I think I did that as a little, like, you know, segment of my video covering the Great One reveal. Looking at, like... piebald fallow side by side, because I think Beard spawned one of the new piebald fallow, and it was almost, I didn't realize it hunting fallow deer prior, but they actually looked like really bad compared to everything else in the game. I'm sure there's a bunch of species like that. Like, they could make rosies look so much better now, that kind of thing. A diamond red deer on Hirsch, taking one of the brain shots from my first diamonds back in the day. I'll never forget. Jaxy and I used to stream together all the time. And it was my stream, but on his map. And his map had produced a few diamond red deer, I think, before. I think Sean John's killed one, or maybe two. It might have only been the one. But, very beginning of the stream, we go up to Jonsdorf. It was my favorite place to hunt on Hirsch. And I think we were screwing around. I can't remember what. I mean, it was, you know, you can imagine me and Beard in the state just like nonstop goofing around. And I see this rack, and immediately I knew it was a legendary red deer. And, like, you guys think a legendary red deer now. Again, if you weren't around back then, like, you might not realize how insanely hard it was to find a diamond red deer on Hirschfelden. But, like, I knew that was all Beard wanted was a diamond red deer, so I tried to, like, offer it to him, but he's like, no, it's your stream, go ahead. And I shot it. We had to go track it first because their drink time ended or something. We didn't know any better. Reset the time? Yeah, right, that's not how we, you know, nobody knew anything about that. So we tracked it down, and I made the shot, and it looked like I whiffed it, and I could hear it in Beard's voice, and he was like so upset that I just whiffed on the diamond red deer that was on his map. And then it turned out I got it, we were all good. And then later on, he killed a diamond roe deer. Like, 2 diamonds in one hunt did not happen back then. And we had, like, legit rare diamonds, too. Sigh. Did another challenge today on Classic, got the 5 mushrooms. There you go. I still haven't done that. I've got my albino. I killed an albino mule deer over the weekend. A doe. Didn't even record it. I did the 3 ducks in one shot. I did the 150 meter bear. I did like 3 animals in 5 minutes. That might be what we do on Wednesday. I might try to do the pincushion one again, and the, like when good shots go bad or whatever. If you guys didn't see that, how I screwed that up on Wednesday's stream, it was so embarrassing. Did everything correctly and then accidentally claimed the animal before I got all the tracks. Flinter is a mushroom? Thanks. He's saying I'm, fed a bunch of crap and kept in the dark. That was some poor shooting. May just found a mellow boar. Ooh, nice. Make them have bigger racks, more neck flesh, and maybe a little fatter than you fixed rosies. Bigger racks aren't even a necessity, I would say. Maybe, like, proportional to whatever model size, like, as far as making them fatter. Because they probably should look way fatter than they are. Roosevelt elk are absolute chunks. But yeah, I'd be with that. What was the clue? Pretty much looking at their last 11 tweets gives you the word or phrase Sundar Patan, which is a Hindi phrase for beautiful fall. And it also turns out Patan is a place in Nepal, so that's kind of where we're coming up with the idea of a potential Himalaya map. Keep forgetting to check here. Elk antlers should be way bigger. Rosies or Rockies? Favorite animal to hunt on Virunga? Ooh. Favorite just as far as hunting goes? Like, Cape Buffalo are so easy to find and stuff. Might have been Springbuck before Truax, but now their Truax have made them sad. I guess wildebeest? I don't know. Kudu, again, if it were greater kudu, I'd be all over it. Why don't you use dogs on your hunts? You know, if I'm not mistaken, the reason that I stopped bringing my bloodhound with me was because I was grinding for the Great One Black Bear. And I was like 2,000 kills in, and there was, like, all along I had this plan to kill it with a bow. And there was this concern, like, bears were, like, glitching into the alert stance immediately upon a shot. Like, not moving into the stance like they should, but glitching into it. So anyway, I went and did a practice run, and my dog kept spooking the bear, so I kenneled my dog, and then I just sort of, years later, have learned or gotten so used to hunting without them that I don't feel the need to have them. I should bring them though, like on stuff like this, when I'm reading chat or talking to you guys, it would be pretty convenient to just let the dog go and track him. Rocky should be thicker. Yeah, they don't have nearly enough mass. If it's in the Himalayas, bring back the Bigfoot. It would be the Yeti, right? Or am I dumb? I think that'd be a Yeti. A Yeti place. Just randomly checked a red deer zone and found a guaranteed diamond and 2 piebald does. There you go. What map? Although it's under also could mean India due to mangrove forest in India. I don't know if it makes any difference, but it was spelled with an A. Does that change anything at all? Like, I'm not sure how you've come up with that, but just want to make sure we get everything correct there. Would be a Yeti. Or a Yeti. Ante, nice. Why are you grinding Gemsbok? Alright. So I want a diamond male Gemsbok for my launch. Technically, I have multiple diamond male Gemsbok. Killed a couple of them, you know, in like 2019. Probably, I guess they would have had to have been in 2019. When we started the current trophy lodge that we have, it was February 2020 when the new scoring system came out. And I decided that I'd only put animals from the new system in that lodge. So my old diamond Gemsbok were pre-new system, and I think they're one of the coolest looking diamonds. They're also one of the rarest diamonds. We still don't have one, so I figured we'd do a grind and see if we can get one. Yeeta Spirit, a Yeeti? I mean, it seems like it's just in the name, really. I have no idea what that is. Amarok, am I saying that right? I have not heard of those before. I feel like EW is going to start running out of map ideas. Maybe. What I would like to think, in their position, like, nearly constantly through social media and through, you know, their live stream interactions and their Discord, they have to be being fed, like, good ideas all the time. Surely that helps their case at least a little bit. Imagine not having a diamond mailbox. I know. Anybody that doesn't have one is just the worst. New scope added with a new map would be cool. New scopes would be nice. Like, do we need new scopes in the game? Probably not. The Hyperion and the Argus pretty well take care of, like, any circumstance, but I don't know. I got distracted and forgot to shoot things. Would it be nice to have, you know, just a different reticle to change it up? Maybe a different type of zoom? Yeah. Haven't played this game in a while. Have they made another great one? I mean, depends on when a while is. The last great one was fallow deer last summer. What do you think of the rarest of rares? My guess, albino bobwhite, hybrid hazel grouse, pale hazel grouse, white mountain hare. There's albino mountain hare too, right? I mean, any of those, really? Like, I think it might be albino bobwhite. It could be either the hazel grouse too. There's only been a couple of those posted, but bobwhite have been in the game for longer, and there's still been less of them ever posted, or like the same amount of them posted. I'd probably go with that. But it's any of the thing about animals like that. When it's a, let's say, what was the other thing you said? Even the mountain hare. When it's an albino mountain hare or something, you usually see those. Like if one warning calls, I think most people at least look and like see if they're around. Maybe I'm in the minority here, but I don't think so. When a hazel grouse warning calls, or especially when a group of quail warning call, I pretty routinely don't even bother. So like I may have run past an albino in multiplayer at some point. I don't know. Good lord, that's a crazy number, Mr. Trader. Is albino female wildebeest a rare? Yeah, if I understand, you're saying like, is it a rare as rares go? I would say yeah. Albino male might be a little bit more rare because herds have something like 20 females and like 5 or 6 males. Considering how many plains game animals are in Africa, that could be 3 to 4 more maps realistically. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, eventually, Robbie, but, you know, I would think, like, even at that point, then you do game ranches. Like, I think the end game is Texas Game Ranch. You know, put every exotic that you feel like on there. Anything that you ever wanted to add that maybe didn't perfectly fit into a map. You do, like, you could do a couple of different game ranches. You could really, you know, extend it out. Nice, Benson. Solid little Bob Kitty. Crown wildebeest not being available on mail should be an arrestable offense, and like still 7 years later? Totally agree. What do you want the next great one to be? Well, I want it to be mule deer. I think a great one mule deer would be impossible to mess up. I think they look amazing. It doesn't fit within their criteria for like a base game animal. So when I look at that, I think of what's available, either blacktail or Roosevelt elk. I'd probably lean towards rosies if they wouldn't do my idea of a bench leg anyway. Because a bench leg is a blacktail mule deer hybrid. You could almost make a mule deer great one as a blacktail great one and put them on Leighton and they're like the bench leg thing. But assuming that's too, you know, too much of a stretch, we'll go Roosevelt. Wish I had more watermelon. There's a, you know, truck keys are downstairs. Go ahead. Nilgai. Now, are those only in India? Because they're one of those Texas exotics, right? What's up, Jessica? An exotic game ranch where you can pick the 8 to 10 species every time you load in. There you go. That's an option, too. Have we been literally everywhere? I feel like we're going slow today. We probably are, because I'm talking about everything. Love the channel. Well, thank you. Appreciate you jumping in. What does the dot moving in the right bottom mean? Like, the one that's becoming a line there and stuff? That has to do with, like, how visible I am to the animals. It's a decent one. Aren't Sitka deer and bench legs the same thing? No. Bench legs are, like I said, mule deer and blacktail hybrids. I think they're largely in California, but they get huge. Sitka deer are a blacktail like subspecies. It's a different thing. I don't know if she can delete that one, JTAC. Just got anything good? Nothing yet. We've killed like this is, and we've had a couple bigger than that, but yet another really nice level 4 Gemsbok. No 5s, and the funny thing is, like our first couple of streams, we were killing level 5 trolls left and right. Last Friday we killed a dark, I don't know, 250 something silver. It's our second rare. Nothing today so far. Nilgai are an Indian antelope with a pretty decent range and wild pops in Texas too. So as long as we go with the Himalaya idea and not specifically Nepal, then Nilgai can work, I think. That's a good idea. They should have, because they have like almost turkey beards, right? And then they have their, obviously their little Nilgai horns. They should have true beards and true horns if they do that. Think I'm gonna hunt some Gemsbok? Also go for it. I saw somebody killed a diamond male in multiplayer earlier today. First time Caper Kaylee hit me while I was hunting a diamond moose. Nice. Need a petition for Pear David's deer. Do we have a map that they currently exist on, or do we need a new map for them? Hey, Maximus. Nothing to speak of so far. True turkeys? Honestly, it's kind of a crime that we don't have that. Like, I guess people don't complain about it, so they never change it. Is it not absurd that turkeys score, like, 4? Like, just, no. They need to be so much more varied. I doubt they'll ever do what Classic does. Even though, technically, you look at their trophy type or whatever, it does say combined. But it's still, they have the same max score as Cinnamon Teal. It's kind of dumb. What they should do, what they should have done, is true beards, true spurs, and factor in their weight. But I wouldn't, actually the way it works now is just based on weight. Like, truly, it's, the way that turkeys are scored is by their weight with some randomness. It's like every every animal used to be. Yeah, if they had true spurs and true beards, and then their weight was a part of the score, that's how Boone and Crockett scores turkeys in real life. I think turkeys would be worth hunting, you know? Paradabus deer could be on parquet? I'll sign that petition then. I'm a bit new to the game. When is an animal good enough to store in your lodge? Alright, so a rare animal, an animal with a rare fur, that's one, I don't know what Kyle is doing down there, but it sounds like the house is falling apart. Rare furs would be one thing that you want to put in your lodge. The other generally would be diamond scoring animals. So diamond is like the metal. Here, I'll show you. We're about to harvest, I think, a silver. Should be laying right there. Give me 1 sec, Maximus. We'll do one thing at a time here. Don't let me forget that though. Okay, so this metal right here, right now we have a silver. The diamond requirement for Gemsbok is 337.59. If you kill one that's a diamond, that would be something worth saving for your lodge. How to use the zoom feature in HunTer, you need to go into your game settings, and I think you go into like gameplay. Bottom of the first section there is like binocular arcade mode. Turn that on. Quite the lid collection I have. Is that what that was? Wrestling, maybe some melon. Closest size for nilgai in game would be elk. I think they're a big bodied and tough, so I think class 8. I remember watching Steve Ranella kill one in Texas, but I don't know if he ever said like what they weigh. Really? He got out of there right when we shot? Okay. He gets to live for now. I gotta wonder, like, these ones that are fleeing that usually we're not seeing. Like, not that one, obviously, but could we have a level 5 that's hiding somewhere on our map? After having such consistent level 5 spawns, it does make me wonder. What's that? 2 drinks? How long are you gonna stay up here for? You moving in?
One's a nice coffee, and the other one is a butter.
I caught a bigger crappie than her in the angler the other day. She's like camping in here to catch a bigger one than me.
I'm the one who showed you the spot.
That's my spot. What do you mean?
No, it's not. You better shut your mouth.
If I have the biggest fish there, that's my spot.
Oh my.
700 pounds? That'd be a 708 then, I think, the way they do it in game. What state? Pennsylvania. Remember that show? The guy had him shoot it twice? Did he? They shot a deer in that episode too, I think. I don't remember him having to shoot it twice, but I don't have a great memory with stuff like that. I remember, like, you know, immediately somebody asked me, what's max weight for, you know, what's a rank, like a weird one? Lynx or whatever in Call of the Wild. I immediately know that. But then you ask me an important question. I gotta think about it for a minute. God, it's drinking already. You live in PA as well? Nice. I'd say class 7 or 8. Elk are 7 now, but no guy are a lot tougher. Yeah, and that was the thing with Gemsbok too. Like, size-wise, they're not necessarily even, you know, as big as an elk, but toughness-wise, they're largely considered just tanks. I think that's why they made them a class 8 to begin with. Clue, yeah, so basically they had a clue on their socials. You can go and watch my video to get like the breakdown of it, but ultimately it seems to lead towards like a potential Himalayas map, which is pretty hype. We've been talking about all the different potential like species and like terrain and all that throughout the stream. Shoot him twice for insurance, gotcha. Max weight for rabbits on Layton. I think this is a difficult one. 6.83. Actually, is it 6.83 or is it 6.8? I think it's 0.83. Their max score is 8.3. I think it's 8.3. Nothing's tough with a good shot. Yeah, a good shot and a good caliber is usually going to win that one. What should I go hunt? Whitetail jackrabbits. Since, who asked me that? Since wanted to ask that. Is there something to get a diamond faster or get a higher score? Meaning, like a shortcut or anything? I would say, like, generally no. You know, herd management seems to get diamonds. I wouldn't even say it seems. Herd management does get diamonds faster, but that's for one species. And I would say, like, if you're starting out and trying to get diamonds, focusing on one species really isn't the way to do it. All right, should we go fishing? Should we do one more run? Let's do like a half a run. The fact that you know it's 6.8 is crazy, dude. So like anything pre-Zag Tactics, I will probably know by heart, because when it used to work that way, like you had to, not that you had to, but it was really important to know, not like the max estimate, but you had to know what exactly makes diamond, because you could be so much more efficient back then when every track showed you the exact weight of the animal. For a whitetail, sure, like 92 kilo, that might make it, that could be close. That's more true racks. I think 95 kilo, 95.5 pre-true racks. But like when it came down to rabbits, a 6.1 kilo track, well, that's certainly a goal. That's not going to make it. A 6.3 kilo track, now that might be a diamond. Like you had to know like really specifics. Nice, JTAC. That's what we're gonna go do here. I mean, there's a nice one. We're gonna be after cutthroat specifically, but we're gonna be in an area to catch some decent brook trout, so we shall see. It's funny you got the native PA. Were you after that? But catching the native PA trout as your first time in the angler is kind of cool. I am so glad that that's not. I mean, I think we might. No, we didn't get a vital. I didn't see that one till the last second. I'd have been real upset if we screwed up a diamond because I wasn't looking. That's gonna be a trot, but that's fine. What's going on, Drew? Welcome on in. I don't know if I know what that is, Amarok. I never heard of that one either. You got some obscure ones. Any animal you'd like to see on the hinted map? Okay, so I think we determined Marco Polo sheep are out if it's Himalayas. But Argali, that's like actually, like, body-wise, a bigger sheep species. I think that'd be my biggest ask right now. Because, I don't know. I think sheep are really cool, and also bighorns suck in this game. Some more sheep that don't suck would be good. Scorpion, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. Why do you exit to the menu after resting? So generally, it just seems to get animals into their zones. So, after we rest, you know, obviously that restarts the drink time, so they should be going to their drink zones. Instead of waiting for them to get there, typically menuing and coming back out gets them in the zones. Doesn't always, but it's more consistent than just going back immediately without doing it. Was trying to catch a diamond. Ironically, it was my 100th fish. Coincidence? Can't be. Don't flee. Oh. Boy. Shooting like a true Pennsylvanian today. Did I even claim the thing I came up here for? I don't know. Guess not. Gurr will be a cool little goat trophy. Are they the 4-horned one by chance? AC's gonna be working overtime this week. Yeah, it's a little toasty today. I got the air conditioner in the bedroom yesterday. I was real annoyed though, because the weather stripping I bought, it's like double-sided stuff. That doesn't make sense, but it's like, the way that it comes in the roll is like doubled. And I was like, oh, that's perfect for our weird door air conditioner scenario. And it was like 17 feet, and that's like exact size of a door. Like the full perimeter of a door. It's like, cool. I'll get this. It comes in the roll double, but you're supposed to split it. So it was actually like, whatever, 8.5 feet if you doubled it, and that didn't work. So I gotta get more weather stripping to completely do it properly, but at least I didn't die in my sleep last night. I was able to pretty much get a decent sleep. Compared to the last couple of weeks, random nights when it's warm, no chance. Got a gold mellow brown bear, nice. I believe so, Sable. Should be 12 Eastern. Do you like cold or hot when sleeping? I just can't sleep if it's too warm. Even, you know, like not that this is extreme, but been camping when it's, 35 degrees. Actually, one time we did a camping trip where it was like torrential downpour. The tent was soaked, sleeping bags were soaked, and it was like 40 degrees. And I'm still able to sleep better when it's like that than if I'm too warm. What's going on, Copper? When will you stream till tonight? I think we're going to go to like 1 or 2 more spots here, then jump to the angler. I don't know that I can do a super long stream because I got to finish tomorrow's classic video here tonight. So we'll see. Probably 6-ish. Somewhere in there. Muntjack would be fun to bow hunt if they fixed the trad arrows? Wait, what's wrong with the trad arrows? I was supposed to J-Tac put her greenhouse together this morning. I did not do that. There was a hint from Call of the Wild, imagine that. The one day I decide to do things with my life. So, let's go here, and then we'll jump to the angler. Shots and Shells, what's going on, man? Welcome on in. What about Gurr? I did talk about them a little bit, I think, in today's video. They're like a massive wild ox thing. That'd be cool. Oliver, thank you for subscribing as well. Welcome, welcome. Got a 1 solo Gemsbok. So, we killed a couple over there earlier, like when we went to go and claim one from this side. Supposed to use a tripod, but it's okay. I wonder if there'll be more over there. Greenhouse more important to Call of the Wild? Well, see, I can afford to buy more greenhouses and more plants to put in there if I make my videos, though. Get smoked. If I'm sweating when I'm sleeping, I can't sleep. Friday night, I wanted to go turkey hunting Saturday morning. And why do I feel like, were we doing something Friday? Something maybe I just didn't get my video done as early as I wanted. I really don't remember, but something contributed to not getting to bed as early as I wanted to anyway. And then it was so hot, I couldn't fall asleep. I finally got to sleep, and like 30 minutes later, Shadow woke me up to go outside. So I couldn't fall asleep again when I came back. It was just horrible. I didn't sleep at all, and I didn't go turkey hunting, and I'm so ashamed of myself. What's going on, Bip? Biggest lake in Call of the Wild? Good question. There's that huge one, like, where the frozen ice is on Medved. Like, Valmont Lake and South Lake on Layton are pretty big. I think Medved is bigger than that. It might be that one on Medved, really. That thing's huge. Need a garden channel in the Discord? Was it, I think my brother-in-law was telling Kyler she should film her, like, pumpkin stuff and put that on YouTube. People watch that kind of stuff. I feel like I need to know what you're talking about, and I'm not sure we're quite to that point yet, but maybe.
No.
Middle of Hirsch? Oh, that's a good one, too, yeah. And Parquet has some massive ones. It'd be interesting to put them side by side. That one on Medved's about as big as the Parquet ones, at least. Sounds good, Isaac. Appreciate you jumping in. 296, and we are going to jump to the angler. So let me do this. Fire up the angler. I don't know how to change the game on YouTube, so I might just leave it. Be fine. I think Kermit said he posted the cutthroat spot. Wonder if he gave me a time. Pumpkin!
Pumpkin!
Can't kill him in bed? You cannot. Okay. Ultimate Cuddy Guide. Come to the spot, morning time server. Cast all around with a 6-spinner. The diamond cuddies love that white bank in front of my boat. Okay, I know the area then.
I know exactly what it is.
That's the spot that I've been to before, but I didn't understand like how diamonds and stuff work in this game. So, oh, maybe I should like change it so you guys can see. So hopefully now that I have a better understanding of it, that'll work better. Have you shot any turkeys this season? No, I haven't even been close. I had a couple of nice ones show up the first day. I could have killed a Jake a couple days later, and like the further we go along here, the more it's looking like I should have done that. But yeah, they just don't like me. Feels like I can do a lot of stuff right, and they're like, actually watch this. Not Gotta show up. Our turkey season's over. Officially put some sweet feet out yesterday. Nice. There was actually one gobbling like nuts down below the fire ring yesterday at our cookout. But, fortunately, it would have been kind of bad if I was turkey hunting this morning because that thing came out and, like, obviously making a video on that was probably something that needed to be done. Let's try to match up where he's at. Is it right here? I think so. Yeah, pretty much. So we'll give it a try. But anyway, yeah, I should have probably gone out. He said a 6. I'm going to do a 5. Should have probably gone out this morning. Didn't happen. I wanted to play Call of the Wild recently, but as of right now, I can't play it for the foreseeable future. Well, that's probably not good. It's a nice rainbow. Is there potential to catch diamond rainbow here? Rip the frame? What, did it lag when I did the transition? That's a pretty nice first fish. So is there a new map coming out for Call of the Wild, the Hunter or the Angler? The Hunter is the one that the hint's about. I think there's supposed to be a new Angler map this year yet, right? I feel like they've said that. As far as the hint goes, is looking like potentially a Himalayas map in Hunter Call of the Wild. I've got a video on that earlier. If you want to check that out, you can see the whole breakdown of it. But yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Caught a diamond brook trout in that spot. Maybe that's why he says to use a 6. Well, the cutty should go without saying, but, you know. Let me see here. Before I cast again, I'm going to quickly pull up the resource thingy. I want to see what size you're supposed to use for brook trout. Probably the end because they change. No. Where's brook trout at? Oh. Brook trout says 5 for gold. I think 5 is fine then. We'll just roll with a 5. Do you like Sprite? I don't hate Sprite. It's not my favorite. All these baby rainbows are going to make this interesting. I gotta say the free bait casters in the Angler are awesome. I wish the rifles in Call of the Wild had that kind of style. I ain't gonna lie to you, I probably don't even have the free bait casters. I got like the really good one back before the souvenir store. That might still be the only one I own. Always use a size 6 here? I think I have a 6 on me. Should I switch to that? I guess I can. With the size of the rainbows and stuff around, it probably doesn't make a ton of difference. Like 6 versus a 5, I'm still going to catch a bunch of silvers. It's another nice rainbow there, though. They could use like a little bit of a model update. That's got to be fatter than the last one. Actually, it is not. Honestly, just hoping for an IRL fishing video one day this year. Get out of here, Danny. It's my spot. I didn't say you. Okay. Danny caught my fish. What was I? Oh, the IRL fishing video thing. If I get out more, I do want to film more fishing adventures. Now that Shadow has her tick medicine, we can fish here some, but I don't know if a creek chub video would be worthwhile. Is it too early for cutties? I'm wondering. Oh, you did? I haven't even seen one yet. He said this white bank up here, and he does seem to catch quite the diamond cutthroat, so I'm going to stick with this for now. Wish they'd put Marco Polo sheep and Markart sheep in the new map. So technically, if it is a Himalayas map, and like I said earlier, like, there is no guarantee that I'm correct or that anybody in the community is correct in their assumption that it's the Himalayas. But assuming that is the case, I don't think there are Marco Polo sheep in the Himalayas. Creek chub! If I catch a bigger fish, it's my spot, them's the rules, you're not wrong. That's why the... Oh, that's a decent cutty. That's why the tigerfish spot's my spot, because I caught the biggest diamond tiger. Even though they get bigger than that now. I don't know why I said it that way. They have been caught bigger than that. They got bigger than that at the time I caught it, I'm sure, too. What do you think of the large sheep species found in the east? I'm going to need more info on that. Are we still chasing turkeys? Well, to a degree anyway. I'm mostly looking at deer hunting already. We can afternoon hunt starting today. I don't think I'll get out this evening. Till I'm done with the stream, and then I gotta go and record the rest of the classic video. That just ain't happening. Hopefully tomorrow evening, but now the thing is, assuming what Jaxy said, like, you know, there may be something to show on stream, so we should probably pay attention to his stream. If I then want to record Wednesday's video tomorrow, I probably can't do that till, what's it going to be, 3 o'clock till I'm done with the stream recap? Again, if there's going to be one. That doesn't put me in a great spot to get out tomorrow evening either. Huge creek chub. The biggest chub I've ever seen. Chungus chub. Your season opens in August? I kind of want to go to a state that has deer hunting in August, but I don't know, like, even just hunting in Kentucky and Tennessee the last couple years when it's 70-some degrees, and I hunt in PA when it's 70 for maybe a week in October, and then usually it's not like that for any longer, it's just 60s maybe. I don't like deer hunting when it's that warm. I should do challenges too. There's probably a skill to, like, moving more slowly, getting to your stand and stuff, but just sweating and mosquitoes and stuff, that's something I don't really typically have to deal with. And I quite don't like... What am I even doing? I quite don't like dealing with it in other states. Probably not words here. Lake trout we're not doing. Well, that's a bunch. We're going to catch 45 fish on today's stream, maybe. 30 bronzes shouldn't be an issue. Okay. Don't want to hunt turkeys in 87 degrees? Yeah, you know... That's a good point. At least you don't have to worry about them smelling you, really. Like, I'm more okay with hunting turkeys in 87 than deer. I'll put it that way. Here in Minnesota, the wolves are eating all the deer and no one's doing anything. Well, that's not good. It's like a fat fish. I guess not really. Just don't wear a shirt and roll around in the mud. That's good enough camouflage? You're right. That would really maximize my confidence on video, too. Mid-July is insane. Wait, what about mid-July is insane? Just the heat? Hunted South Carolina in August, and it was a blast. I feel like the deer don't realize what's coming. Well, if... There's a cutty. Or a brook trout. If what I read is correct, that is a brook trout. Just the amount of deer in South Carolina causes... Just, like, generally, there's so many, you're, like, bound to run into them. More of a waterfowl hunter? I've never done any waterfowl hunting. Permethrin, gloves, and face mask problem solved? That hasn't worked for me so far, anyway. They still find me if I'm wearing it. Even, what's that called? Thermacell doesn't work for me. I always have permethrin, like, anytime that I go out of state or anywhere, I always have fresh permethrin on my clothes. Kentucky, at least, that did not keep them off of me. Where I hunted, you were allowed $3 unlimited dose? Yeah, that's what I hear. If that was a brookie there, Danny's got a good one. Thought so. Bound to run him with your car. Hey, you know, whatever works, right? What's up, Brittany? I really wish we could get a new snow map for Call of the Wild with species like muskox and wolverine on it. I feel like a new snow map would be fantastic. Like, we obviously, like, Yukon sort of has some snow, but I don't even count that because, what is it, 20% of the time, maybe? Medved was 2017 on PC, 2018 on console. Like, we need a new legit snow map. It's been a long time. I still really like Medved. If they could do a snow map with, like, more interesting species, because to me it's like brown bear, moose are so-so, but they're on so many maps. It's brown bear, reindeer, and kind of musk deer. Everything else on that map, I really don't care about. A snow map with more good species would be so popular, I think. You can also use size 6 eggs to avoid the rainbow trout and only catch brooks and cutthroat. Okay, so is there any hope of catching a decent rainbow here? I kind of prefer fishing this way. Like, I do like using the lures, so I'm going to stick with this for now. But if I'm not even going to catch, like, gold rainbows, it might be worth it. Okay. A Canadian snow map has strong traction on the Hunter. Oh, does it? I don't go into their suggestion area as much anymore. Hope they eventually put snow geese in Call of the Wild. They got them in Classic. They have said everything from Classic's going to make its way into Call of the Wild eventually. What's up, All Outdoors? Welcome on in. What's the deal here, Danny? I'm casting the same place as you, and I ain't catching no thick brook trout. If we get a Himalayan map, we'll have some good snow. Alright, I have more dumb questions, not knowing anything about the area. Would it be just in the mountains, or would it be, like, kind of anywhere? I've seen Dime Rainbow here, but it's rare. The cutthroat and brook dime spawn here more. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a cutty, finally. I'm starting to wonder if I was just cursed. Eventually, you know. Soon TM, isn't that one of their emotes? Do you think Classic 2 will ever be a thing? Like, I hate to say no. What the heck, Danny? But I kind of think no. I don't know how you go about... Because the game, like, to me, the game is just about perfect. Just outdated. So, would a remastered Classic, would they be able to make the money back off it to make it worth it? I don't know. And if you change the game, is it then as good as Classic? I also don't know. Small. I like order trout. I do wish they were more aggressive. Playing Red Dead right now, I need a perfect opossum pelt for a quest. The strugs are real. If you play with your toes, it's more likely to happen. What's up, Call the Wild fan? It's kind of a fat one based off tension. I hooked down. Never mind. That was rude. Who would say that? It's messed up. When are we getting IRL Flinter catching some bass? I'll tell you what, if I find a... There's a good cutty. If I find a good place to fly fish for bass, then maybe that'll happen. Save the toes for Twitch. Save the toes for the shadow cam. See, well, she's just passed out on her bed today, but this would have been a good day. She hasn't moved. Little brook trout, I think. That guy just caught a diamond golden. Those used to be a dime a dozen. No pun intended, because I kind of hate the term dime for diamond. But, now, I never see those. What if he's on console and he can't see what you said? You should tell him hot dogs, just to be safe. Oh, really? Is that new? Yeah. See people fly fishing at a few ponds, looks too hard to learn. There's a learning curve, but it's so much fun. Like, if you have access, like maybe your dad has an old fly rod or something, give it a try. It really is so much fun. Hey, new PB. Monkey Foot. That was my nickname in high school. What did I do to get these? Did I level up? I must have.
wondering why you said that.
I just say things. Danny's just catching all these fat fish, and I'm getting nothing. I guess I did have a gold cutthroat. Favorite fish to eat? Oh boy. Smoked salmon's really good. What did I have? Was that salmon too? I think it was. I had do you know like the Pyramid Bass Pro in, is it Memphis, Tennessee, I think? They have a big restaurant. They have all kinds of fish and wild game. My brother and I, when we drove to Texas to go visit our cousin, on our way home, we stopped in Memphis, Tennessee, and went to that Bass Pro. And I'm pretty sure it was salmon, and I really can't remember. It wasn't smoked. It was just like maybe grilled salmon or whatever. It was so good. So probably just given those couple of experiences, I'd go with salmon. The only reason I'd stay with a 6 for me is because I want trophy brook trout 2, true? And if I can catch the silvers and make respawns happen, maybe a diamond spawns. Why do people keep talking about toes? I can't come up with a pun. Whatever this is not very big. Love how my YouTube can't keep me live on the stream with bad quality, but it can be okay with crazy quality and 10 seconds behind. It's so interesting how that works. Like, that doesn't seem to make sense, but somehow it's, like, that is possible. Some kind of exponential something. Because we like toes. Oh. Do you lack toes and taller ants? I get it. There's a lot of fish to try. I'm not a huge, like, seafood enjoyer in general. Like, there's a cutthroat. I'll eat shrimp. Most, like, any kind of fried, you can make anything taste good fried. You know what was really good one time? Like, gator? See, I don't know how much that has. Maybe it's because it's fried, but I think it's the seasoning, too. It's like. I don't know that we dip. We might have had some kind of. Yeah, it was. Some kind of mustard. It was something, strong. Because gator's really not that good, but if you fry it and have a bunch of seasoning and something to dip it in, you can like it. As far as. What the heck was I saying before that? Oh, my cousin did beer battered walleye one time on a campfire. I don't know if it was because we were all starving, and this was that same trip that I talked about earlier where it was like monsoon rains the whole time. Maybe, when you're just soaking wet and exhausted, everything tastes good, but oh my, like that beer battered walleye. That might be better than the salmon I had. Bree, thank you for the 11 months. Welcome back. How's it going? Hope you're doing good. There's something swimming right in front of us. Have you played Fishing Planet? A little bit. I didn't really get into it as much. I just watched 2 cutthroats just not care about this 6, so I guess they must be babies. Popcorn shrimp? I haven't had that in a long time. It's gotta be a rainbow. It looks silvery. Gator is flavorless, chewy by itself? Is it flavorless? I guess that kind of makes sense. Was 5 minutes behind? Happens. Hopping on Hunter Call the Wild, we spent right about 2 hours grinding Gemsbok. Prior to this, we just got into the angler a couple minutes ago. Nice, Ender. Isn't Fishing Planet like the classic of fishing games? Kinda, yeah. It's a decent way to describe it. Guy catching an exactly 10-pound pike. Take a strawberry, core it from the top, take blueberry, cover in goat cheese, stuff into strawberry, tempura batter and fry, put that on top of vanilla ice cream. I'm too lazy to do that, but if someone did that for me, I think I'd really enjoy it. Let's see if that alert works. Usually new super shooters come up, so I'll give it a second to see if it goes on screen. Who just said that? Think there's any chance in heck we'll ever get a new Classic map? I'd say never with Classic, because they have done new species and stuff. Since Ringtail Studios became like a part of Classic, they have done more things. Do I think it's likely? No. It's been like 7 years or 6 years since we got a new Classic map, but, you know, maybe. Seems the alerts are not going to work for memberships today, so Bip, thanks for becoming a Super Schuster. Welcome, welcome. Good to have you. If you're not in the Discord, be sure to join that as well. Link up your YouTube, get the member role. Enjoy the green name and emojis here in chat. Thank you for the support. I do appreciate that. I think we got our biggest rainbow. Feel you too lazy to cook? I don't mind cooking, but I don't do anything extravagant. Like, I'll spend the time to, like, I guess, so what's the longest cook I've done in anything recently? I did a corned beef, like, why can't I think of it? Brisket on the smoker for something like 6 hours. Like, I don't mind doing that. I don't mind, like, you know, checking up on it and all that. But as far as, like, super extravagant preparations, that's just not me. Like, I'll spend the time actually cooking it. The beforehand stuff I'm just not good at. Made it up about 10 years ago at a restaurant I ran for the Valentine's Day menu. I also don't have that. I have no ability to make stuff up. Like, there has to be a recipe or I have no idea what I'm about to do. Do you think there will be a new upcoming Hunter Call of the Wild map? Yeah, I think that hint. So I have a video from earlier today if you want to check that out where I get in depth, but I basically am leaning towards a Himalayas map based on what they've shown. I always wonder, is it better to stay here or should we move a little bit? Because I feel like when you're just moving all the time, it just makes it worse. Make a grilled cheese, that's about it, but they are the best food. I haven't had a grilled cheese in a long time. Kyla hates American cheese, and I feel like grilled cheeses are better with that. So I never make them. Yeah, but then I gotta find a way to use up all that cheese that you're not gonna use. That was... Wait, was that a cutty there? It was. Never mind. I thought it was a nice brook trout. This is. Not even gold. Bad. Move more towards that gravel edge on the right. That side is where I've had... So, like, I'm gonna cast where I should put the boat. Like... just out that way a little bit. Maybe a little bit further than I casted. Something like that. I'm gonna cast backwards just once here. Gotcha, divers. Best meal I've ever had was a chunk of backstrap on a smoky little fire in a snowstorm. When it comes down to, like, when you factor in conditions, it's a different experience, like having a good meal. Let me guess, she hates cheeseburgers and hot dogs? I don't think she likes hot dogs, but she likes cheeseburgers. Well, aren't you fancy? Alright, last fit. That's a nice brookie. I didn't even realize that's what that was. That might be a diamond, I don't know. Close? Pretty close. New PB. What's diamond for bookie? It's 7 something, I think. That would have been convenient. I need diamond tokens to do a backpack expansion. 8.21? Oh, okay. Bigger than I thought. Mind if I sit exactly in your way, Danny? Been AFK, what you got? I think that was our second gold. We have a gold cutty and a gold brook trout now. I doubt we'll catch 2 diamonds. We're going to go for a close another hour yet. Maybe we'll catch 2 diamonds just in that, but... a diamond token, technically I can go and do Taylor's Tackle Academy because I've never done it. Get that diamond token, and that's all I need. I need, like, literally the 2 diamond tokens to be able to, do the backpack expansion, which I really feel like I need so I can have an additional rod. To be honest, I barely even use the amount that I have, but the biggest thing that I do is, instead of having preset rods. I use like 2, and then I'll like constantly change them, and that's just not ideal. It's another nice brook trout. Increase our PB by 1/10 of a pound. What's going on, Bass Guide? Unfortunately, we are not after bass today. It's like one of the few diamonds I actually have on Golden Ridge. I guess I don't have few per se. I have golden trout, rainbow trout, largemouth bass, crappie, and what's the one like walleye but not? No. It's one of the original fish. I can look, I guess, but I'm lazy. Anything really good? Nothing yet. Couple of golds. Oh, I was about to go look too. No, they're like brownish. That one. Yes, sauger. Because they can actually, you can have a saw guy. Which now that walleye are on the map, that'd be a cool legendary. Can we have more than 3 legendaries per map? They should do that. I need to go back. Africa's been out for a couple of months now. I hope legendaries are soon. Crappy. Somebody said that, what did they say? I don't sound, no, they said, it was something like you don't sound like an outdoorsman because you say crappy, and I was like, I don't know, I learned to say that while outdoors catching crappie. Like, just that's what we say up here. I know it's crappie. Same as I know, you know. It's like a lot of people say horns instead of antlers. Like, it's not like they don't know the difference. It's just sort of a area thing. Need some new weaponry models in Classic. 300 looks too big and blocky. I don't know. I think it's fine. Have you ever been offshore fishing? No. I think I'd like to. I don't want to go to the beach, though. If I was going to fish, maybe, but I have no interest in being on the beach otherwise. Same as creek as crick? I guess that's kind of the same thing. I feel like that actually might be a little bit different. Like, no, not really. When I was really young, I don't think if you would have said creek, the only thing that means when I'm 5, let's say, is a door making a sound or stairs making a sound. But yeah, I know it's creek now, but I still say crick. I said creek for years on YouTube. Anytime I would talk about it. Because, like, the whole radiator thing, if you guys don't remember that, that's what people around here say. Instead of, so, like, it's so dumb. Like, the radiator in a car is a radiator. But a radiator in a house, to, like, anybody around here at least, is a radiator. I said that on stream one time, and I got flamed so bad. Like, I stopped saying, like, PA things. Like, I quit saying crick for a long time. Now I just say it because I don't care. Arctic Char Legend? That would be a good one. Come here, Chunky. Probably missed the conversation, but what's your bet for the new map? So, given like the entire amalgamation of everything we talked about during the stream today, I think the most likely thing is kind of a Himalayas map as a whole. Less like specifically Nepal or India or something like that, and more a combination of those areas. I think, ooh, that's a nice fish. Come here, fish, whatever you are. Ah, this one's gonna bite. What is that? That thing's huge. Just go away. I don't care what you are. Look at this. That's gotta be a diamond cutty. Look at the size of that thing. I don't think I spooked it, but I might have. Did I spook? Oh, there he is. Big male. If this is a big gold, I'll be a little bit sad. That is a fat fish. That's gotta be. Hey, 13 pounds, not bad. Sag that Kermit's not here since he showed me the spot earlier. And then I just need a little help. Look at that is massive. I can't even like, wish I could zoom. I know exactly what Bottom Boy's referencing. When I caught that big bass in West Virginia, that was about, I was just kind of like, oh, hey, I think I got a decent one or something like that. Big male. Nice. All right, well, we might as well stay here because I said that I wasn't sure if we were going to catch 2 diamonds on the stream. Yes, I did. I had faith because somebody told me to go here. If this was, I mean, this is my spot, obviously, now, but... Tell Danny that... I'll come get you. I said, I'll come get you. As soon as I saw that pole band, I so wish we had that on film. Like, Kyla had the camera because she was hunting on her own and we were going fishing because I had already killed my buck. But what I wouldn't do to have, like, our reactions and stuff on film. That had to be so funny. Was that a... So, did Danny move again, or was that where I was? I know, so, like, he had his boat inside of my boat, but I didn't know if he moved after that. Thank you, Mel. How do you highlight a reply? To me, or generally? It should highlight to anybody that you tag. Is a 204 mule deer good on Classic? That's really solid, yeah. That side's where I've always had my diamond spawn. That's another pretty nice. I don't think that was a diamond, but nice cutty again come up out of there. That's interesting. Oh god, what'd I do? Interesting they tend to spawn so close there. Both, yeah, if you just tag me, like at Flinter, it should highlight. Actually, that's not true though, because nothing highlights for me anymore. Because OBS logs me out of my, like, I'm essentially viewing chat as a guest, so nothing will highlight for me. Just hopefully I see it, I guess. That's... I don't know. I'm gonna just yeet this by him. We'll just try to get him. That was easy. Yeah, he's not very good. He's nice, but nothing like what that other one was. Close to gold. I think gold 7 3/4. Level 2 and have a big mule... Wait, level 2? What do you mean by level 2? Maybe spotting or something? On class, there's hunter score, but just the amount of animals you've shot, you'd be higher than 200 score. I kind of wish Call the Wild had the clothing system the angler does. So, I have, let's see if we can catch a fish here. I guess it's not that important. I have this black cowboy hat on from the most recent cosmetics pack. And in Classic, I basically wear the same thing. It'll be like the proper camo for the region. Like, one of the reasons that somebody, I don't know when, I posted a picture of something I caught in the angler, and somebody was like, wearing camo in the angler or whatever, and I was like, this is, if I'm going fishing in real life, I'm 100% wearing my hunting stuff. Like, maybe not my best hunting stuff, but like old hunting clothing or whatever, because it's going to keep me warm. And it's, yeah, it's just what I'm going to wear. But anyway, I'm basically dressed the exact same way I'd be in Classic, and I wish that Call the Wild would do the same thing. And I was going to actually, maybe a picture of like the diamond crappie I caught the other day, or crappie, or maybe that diamond cutthroat, post that, and just be like, alright, Call the Wild, your turn. Is that a big brook trout there, or was that a cutty that was, because that was a nice fish. Does this game have topwater strikes? There's not like a topwater strike animation. Like, I really wish there was a big, like, aggressive splash and stuff. There's topwater fishing, obviously, but that's one thing that I've said about, if they ever add fly fishing, there really needs to be, like, surface disturbance when there's a topwater strike. That's a big one again. Close, maybe? Let's see what the tension... Oh, it'll be real close. 2 diamonds? Easy. Cool. Will my boat leave if I fast travel? Okay. I can stay here. I want to do the backpack expansion, but if we're catching diamonds, we'll stay here.
I was about to say, you might as well stay and see how many you can get.
Pretty good. I was wondering if you looked in the fish's mouth, if the model would be terrible.
You're such a dick.
Big mail. Hardest diamond in both games, in your opinion? Well, I don't know enough about this game. Kyla said Bream's one of the hardest ones to get. In Call of the Wild, or in the Hunter Call of the Wild. Let's think. Probably Mountain Hare's tough. Bob White Quail's tough. Maybe one of those two. The boat will stay till you put it somewhere else. I thought so. Like, it seems like if you fast travel a certain distance, the boat disappears. But I think it would despawn Kyla off of it. Will you ever speedrun in Call of the Wild? I have some ideas, maybe for like this time next year, which I know is far away. But I've got a couple of ideas that I'd like to do for videos. My intention is for like, is GTA 6 now fall of 25, it looks like? My intention is to upgrade my PC by then. Because I'm probably going to stream GTA 6 on Twitch. And in doing so, I think I'll be able to better record and stream simultaneously. So I could maybe record an entire stream of speedrunning or, you know, other ideas that I have and then make those into videos. That's what I ultimately want to do. Doesn't despawn, you just need to get closer to it. Oh, is that all? Okay. Would it kick Kyla off it, though? Like I said, it's just literally for attack looks, man. I'll wait till they quit biting. That wasn't a bad deal, though. I spent basically a month. Now, I needed way more tokens and reputation, but I spent a long time on Aguas Claras getting all the tokens and stuff I needed to do the feeder rod, which that had to be on Spain. And then just a couple of things here from Golden Ridge. When did I catch that crappie? Was that last night or? Yeah. That's my spot.
Stop it.
Hey, Christian. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that right? Thigh math? Am I saying that right? I think if there's no, like, driver or pilot of the boat, captain, it'll despawn anybody that's on it. Can't even see the quail. I got poor eyesight. They're little, I can imagine. They're not the easiest things to spot. What's the next map going to be? It sure looks like a Himalayas map to me. I have a hard time coming up with anything else based on the hint that we had today. I haven't seen, that I can recall, any comments on the video that I made talking about it. Nor was there anything in the entire chat today. We've been live for 2.5 hours. I haven't seen anything to be like, oh, maybe it's not that, maybe it's other thing. Everybody, from everything I've said, has only, like, made me more confident that it's Himalayas. You can get in someone else's car or boat if they aren't there. But since you, I mean, I guess maybe they would let you, but since you can't drive it, if it's out on the water, I'm not sure why they would let you stay. I guess we can test it and find out. They've quit biting for me anyway, so now's a good time. Right now. Hope we get a new gun with the map. We were talking about that earlier. If it's the Himalayas, like the potential to shoot across, you know, peaks of the mountains, maybe a gun with 400 meter zero could finally happen. I got a little baby something coming over here. Thoughts on an Amazon map for the angler? That could be kind of neat. Ooh, that's a big one Danny's got on. Huge male. Alright. What did Danny catch? Gold. So, I want to go here. So what's it do? Yeah, that's what I thought. It despawned her and put her on the nearest, like, shore. So I could do tackle block expansion, but I think I need the backpack expansion more. Then I need Sweet. So now I can have one more spinning rod with me. Ace high is... Oh. Technically, these are a little bit better, huh? That's funny. The Eisvogel's like not even the best one I own anymore. Can I also have... No, still one bait casting. Now, technically, I think I should swap that out. Let's do that. I'm actually going to leave one of these here. And then we'll do bait casting. I've got that. Feeder. 2. I think that's all I wanted to do. Yeah, that should work. Reels, we're going to have to carry one more. Was that thing I unlocked any good? I guess not, because I don't even see it. I don't know what it was. What's the monkey foot thing I unlocked? And then I can also, I don't own it, but I can buy 66-pound braid? Wait. Or maybe 60-pound braid? What's the... On this, max line strength 66.14 pounds. So what I bet is the case then is it fluoro? Yeah. Braid might still be a better choice, but I don't know. All right. Good enough for now. We'll put everything back together, and inevitably I'm going to forget something, but we'll put everything back together in a minute. All my grizzlies have new drink times, and I haven't hunted them in the year? That's kind of weird. Do you want to come back out on the boat? Okay. Just shot a 177. Oh, wow, that's a big one, dude. Nice. Okay. Before we cast, because I should just do this. 2 can be a float rig, that's fine. I'll do 3 as one bottom fishing rig with the big male 12,000. Do bait casting as one of these. I can drop that other bait casting reel. I don't know why I have that for. Sure. And yeah, that was the thing I was missing. So I kind of screwed that up, but we'll I don't have the other sinker anyway. Alright, good enough for now. I have an idea of what I'm doing, but it'll take a minute to look through everything and find out what I need to switch. Have you ever tried real VR fishing? I haven't heard of that one. Is that new? It's very warm in this room. What class would you think Muntjac would be? I don't know if I know how big they are. I feel like they're little wiener dog deer, so I guess 2. I think in order to play Call of Wild, I would have to delete all my progress. Well, that's not ideal. How come you'd have to do that? Dog-sized. Yeah, I feel like 2 then. Like row or smaller? Are row 2 or 3? They're 3, huh? I think they're 3. All the save data got corrupted? Are you on console or PC? I don't know if that really helps, but just curious. Flint plus her equals Flinter. Kinda. Smaller than row. Alright, we're gonna stick with 2 then. I like how we caught our 2 diamonds and there's like no more fish here. It's exactly what I needed. I'm not gonna complain. Oh, there's a nice one. That's not a diamond, but I would I would accept such a catch. That'll work. 35 to 40 pounds. Thinking through some other stuff real quick, like coyotes go up to 60 and they're a 2. Bobcats, they're a 2 now. And they're, I think, 20 kilo on New England, 18 on Rancho. That's, yeah, almost 50 pounds. Yeah, I like 2. I think 2 works. You're on console? Yeah, you probably have less options then. Something that they implemented a couple years back. Like, if your save gets corrupted, it's supposed to, like, try to restore to a previous save backup. Like, even, it just automatically makes some save backups that it can restore to. But I guess if you try to launch and it doesn't do that, then clearly that doesn't work. One on a beer run, no diamond yet. Actually, we got both diamonds we needed. We caught 2 diamond cutties, a 13 and a third pound one, and then 11 and some change. We just went and bought the tackle block expansion that we were trying to catch diamonds for. So now we can carry 6 fishing rods, which is the whole reason I wanted to do that. I need to go through and like look at what the best options for the different rods and reels and line and stuff I have access to are right now. But 6 fishing rods will be nice. That was something I really felt like I needed to get. That way I can do, like, you know, a spinning rod for... Oh, I just did something. Especially when I'm on, Africa. I can never think of the name. Izula, whatever. I can have, like, say, a tigerfish setup or, like, a largemouth yellowfish setup, and then something for spotted bass and, like, much smaller fish. Having that additional rod slot's going to be good. So now that we have that... Really, the main thing I'm trying to work on is getting the, that better spinning reel. To be honest, I was close to being able to get that just now, until I used those diamond tokens. Though, it seems like if I spend some... I need reputation still. But it seems like if I spend some time in this area, I can get diamond cutties without too big an issue. And I guess diamond brook trout come out of here, too. Favorite snack? Oh, God. Cheese sticks lately. Like, I'm not saying we're doing great at it. But we've been trying to eat healthier for... since hunting season ended. Hard to eat healthy in hunting season. You just gotta eat whatever you can and, you know, get to bed or whatever. But, cheese sticks are a fairly healthy snack anyway. There are striped hyenas in, was it Nepal or India, somebody told me? Yeah. Shadow's completely underneath her bed right now. You were really happy with the bottom fishing? So I didn't play... Bottom fishing came out as an update after Spain, right? That wasn't with Africa? I think Africa was the floating and stuff. So I didn't play much when bottom fishing came out. That didn't really move the needle for me. But then the combination of the Africa map, the species on there, because, you know, there's the sharp-toothed catfish, bunch of carp species, like there's a bunch of big fish. That really got me, like, back into the game. Dog does not know how to use a bed. Yeah, she's too toasty. We'll probably go another, something like 30 minutes and wrap up the stream, so... Won't be long, she'll be laying in front of the AC. Marsh crocodiles? Is that like a, I'm assuming that's a smaller croc? I don't know. Somebody, that wasn't the word they used, but somebody said some other kind of croc earlier. I was just gonna say, it's noon, so that might be why the cutties quit biting. I don't know what, you know, like diamonds to chase at noon, so... Might go and look for something else, though. It's a nice brookie. Just like ripping your lure through the water at a fish you just saw. Maybe not the most realistic thing, but... Oh. Too fast. I think that was it, Danny. Am I allowed to talk about games other than outdoor? Yeah, go for it. Well, he's gone now. Skirt him. Only a little bit shorter than salties. Sharptooth and tigerfish should be the new legendaries. In my opinion, they should do those two, and then either like largemouth yellowfish, because they get massive, or if they want to do maybe a smaller legendary, spotted bass would be fine, but that'd be pretty Goldstein-like. I still think eel. I just watched a brook trout cut off either a rainbow or a cutty. What's she doing? Oh, she's messing with the power strip. Hi. You want to come up here? You gonna say hi? Gonna say hi by barking at whatever's outside, huh? It's probably too warm to open. What? I wonder what the temperature is outside. Do black grouse troll? Yes. The first level 3 black grouse. So I did the like Revan 2 Lee single player diamond challenge. The first level 3 black grouse I got the spawn was a troll. 78 out, so I don't think opening the window is going to help anything other than make her more likely to bark. Dog decided stream was over, hits power strip. So technically that's not even the power strip that has anything to do with my setup, so at least there's that. Another game I play, Forza Horizon 5 is getting an update tomorrow, all focused on Retrowave. Also, they're adding a new synthwave radio station. Okay, so I know very little about the game. It's like racing and stuff, right? Radio station makes sense to me. What's Retrowave? Been out for quite a few years. Yeah, I almost want to say I either played a demo of it or something. Like, I played the tiniest bit of it. 92 here today. That's a little toasty. I think, what are we, 83 today? Something like that? Didn't quite get up into the 90s, but... The plants are liking it. They've seen nothing but cloud cover for pretty much 2 weeks straight. Alright, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I don't know where, but I'm gonna go somewhere else. What about kokanee? When do they bite?
I got my diamond on my baby account like in the middle of the night, but I mean, I think they could just
Middle of the night. That's down Blackfoot Basin? Look at me go. I know things. Alright, you can be the boat captain. Oh, you go from the shore? Three different spots, she said. Oh, do I not have my 6? Whoops. Can I get a car here? Favorite breed of dog? Whatever Shadow is. 77 here and cloudy, but the humidity makes it feel like it's 90. We've had so much rain, like, there's just water, even though it's been so hot today, there's water laying in the yard. So we have a little bit of the humidity as well. It's not making it any nicer. I feel like I use all... What other lure can I get rid of? Is there any of the... I never use crankbaits. What's that? Cream gravy is a horrible name for a lure. That's what these are called. I'm saying. Glad I'm not the only one who somehow remembers game maps more than IRL roads. Dude, if it's not within like a couple miles of my house, I can tell you to turn left or whatever, but I don't have a clue what the name of roads are. It's terrible. 86 and raining, that doesn't sound nice. Tomorrow I have trap and it's gonna rain. Are we shooting no matter the weather? Might be like, as long as it's not a downpour, it might be kind of like a welcome rain. There are snow leopard. Yeah, we talked about like, because they're protected worldwide, but might be a kind of interesting idea. How do you use the degree symbol on keyboard? Unless he's on, like, maybe mobile. That cutty was absolutely... Oh, hey, you made it. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know how big they get, but... Yeah, first diamond was 13.34. Then we cut another one that was in the 11 range. Appreciate the help. Didn't take any time at all to get the 3 diamond tokens and get the backpack expansion, so... Carrying 6 fit. Well, actually, I think I only have 5 fishing rods now because I need to redo something. But what did I forget? I forgot to grab. Oh, the other sinker for my other feeder rod. But yeah, that's gonna be really nice. It'll make it so much more convenient to like target specific fish. High 14s, massive. All right, I'll take 13 for our first then. It's insane, like, they scale really weird. Like a 7-pounder's a, you know, a nice little fish, about as wide as your body, maybe a little wider. The 13-pounder's like, it looked like it was 40 inches long. Maybe it was. I didn't look. Oh, nice drums. What's going on, Carson? Caught ourselves a couple of diamond cutthroats earlier. A few gold brook trout as well. So now we're kind of just fishing for whatever. See if we can maybe catch some kokanees. I have no idea if it's a good time of day. Kermit might know the answer to that too, actually. I caught a brook trout here. I haven't seen any kokanee yet. A lot of neon purples and blues. Gotcha. That doesn't appear to be a kokanee either. Baby rainbow, maybe? Sure is. Could Himalayan brown bear be a thing? I want to say that's... Is that what they have in Way the Hunter? Or maybe it's Planet Zoo? Like, I feel like I have seen Himalayan brown bear in some context. Jivers did indeed guide me to the specific spot. I wasn't close enough to the shore. Oh, you got a gold.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Got all my diamond kokanee underneath the bridge. See, and this was still when I didn't understand how the game worked. But I remember somebody telling me about under the bridge, so we'll go that way. I had a hard time, like the biggest thing that I think has allowed me to actually catch diamonds now is staying in one place. I didn't realize that like fish respawns happen, and it's like not a bad thing to catch all the babies out of a spot to get new spawns in there. Like I watched that first diamond cutthroat spawn in. And I don't know, I had a brook trout or something chasing my lure, and I was just like, go away. Is it? Am I even going the right way? Oh, it's north of me? Oh. Oops. Early morning for kokanee? Well, I'll just join a new server and go to morning then. Why not? Leave Kylo and Danny in the dust. My luck, it'll put me at a 4 a.m. server. Over by that water buoy is a good spot. Fish time. What's going on, Pac-Man? Which great one would you want? I guess in the Hunter Call of the Wild? I wonder if it's because I left.
I was trying to get it when I crashed.
Oh. I mean, I want mule deer, basically. That's the short answer, but since they used to do base game animals, I guess Roosevelt elk. Hey, ZBG. Well, we spent right about 2 hours grinding Gemsbok, talking all things related to the hint earlier today. Came up with the conclusion that at least in theory, the best thing could be like a Himalayas map as a whole, rather than Nepal, India, like a specific country. And now we've been fishing, caught 2 diamond cutties, got ourselves a backpack expansion, and I figure we'll just keep on trying to catch some diamond tokens. Maybe we can do a tackle box expansion too. Found a spot on Aguas Claras where I was getting gold eels every other cast. Ooh, nice. I got 1 gold eel for the location challenge. Literally first cast. That might be like the only one I've ever caught. I think I have a couple golds on Africa, but different eel, obviously. That didn't take long. Doesn't look like a bad fish. And nice little gold. Sort of looked like he was covered in shellac, but you know. Do you know where diamond rainbow trout are? I am the wrong person to ask. Okay. Got that feeder now, so I can send you to the golden carp spot for diamonds. There you go. Yeah, we can maybe do that next time we do some fishing. Can you catch diamond lakes? Why would I say that? Diamond lake trout on a feeder rod? Oh, see if I can smack the bridge. Where's that spot?
Left side of the map.
Left side. Purple thing.
There's gonna be a waterfall on the left.
I think it's... Oh, here?
Yeah.
Here-ish.
Well, that's what I've got in mind. Yeah.
They like corn and artificial corn. That'll be something I want to do too then. I've been close to diamond lake trout, like way back on when you had the jig for them and stuff. That was the only way to catch them. I've been within a half pound, like 2 or 3 different fish. So, trying to catch a diamond one, that's something else we'll do on stream one of these days. Like, I have the confidence that I can do it now. Like, staying in one spot and, like I said, you know, you do the right... There's a cutthroat. You go with the right conditions and all that. Kind of a matter of time type deal. In the past, I had a hard time staying in one spot and trying to catch something because I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, nice, Kermit. The, I don't know if you were in that stream when I caught Sidewinder or not, but I think that was the setup I went with. I'm sure I copied somebody else's. I think if we don't get tigers on this map in Nepal, we will never see them in Call of the Wild in any other map coming in the future, so this is the deciding factor for tigers in Call of the Wild. So, one of the problems seems to be there's a lot of potential protected species in like the Himalayas areas, and that could, you know, we'll operate under the assumption that it's going to be in the Himalayas. I think they should just rip off the band-aid and do whatever's cool. I think that's the better option. But if they try to go with like only, you know, non-protected hunted species, that might annoy people who are hoping for more. Did you ever end up getting a diamond Arctic char? I actually haven't. I don't know if it was you that told me the spot or somebody else. I haven't even gone back to try to yet. Pretty much up... Okay. I don't even know how I did that. Pretty much up until this past weekend, all the time I've spent on the angler is either Africa or on Spain. There's a kokanee. Been trying to get that feeder rod, which I finally got access to. So yeah, now I'll actually have time to go and do that. Some of these future angler streams should be all over the place, which will be fun. You're just a little too slow there, fella. They added salties to Australia. I'm not sure they're a game species. Actually, I'm not sure either. I'd never even once thought about that. But yeah, the biggest thing that was brought up today is like, you know, we have European bison. There's a couple of species in Call of the Wild that are protected. It's not like something they're unwilling to do. So we'll see. We'll see if, for one, if we're right about the area. And then two, if they're, you know, willing to take that jump. Salties are a game species. You cannot kill your dravs. I can do with my dravs as I will. That's either a nice kokanee or a cutty. I see some red. Cutty. Africa 2.0 with dravs, rhinos, etc. So that's another thing, like, you know, those species, they're not necessarily protected. I don't know what the correct classification is. There is hunting for them. A lot of times, like in game ranches, they're actually, or is that the right? Game ranches might not be the right term in Africa, but like the private hunting areas, a lot of times there's actually too many, and they get hunted and that kind of thing. And then like sterile males, males that have become a problem, like those sorts of things get hunted. I think it'd be easier to do in Africa. If they ever do an Africa 2.0, there's an Orid. Probably the best thing is just give us the big five, like just go all out, you know? This was another thing we talked about earlier on stream. Virunga came out in August of 2018. It's been almost 6 years, and EW has said, and based on this hint, obviously, this next map's not going to be Africa. So it's going to be 8 years. Until there's even a chance, basically. If they're going to do Africa, do we think they're going to do like a third Africa map 8 years later? I doubt the game's going to be around that long. So if we get another Africa map, I really think they got to just throw everything at it. Ethics can be self-implemented, that's true. You can't kill dravs in general. Again, like, as a, you know, just if you go to, you know, Africa in general, you want to go hunt dravs anywhere, you can't do that. But on, like, like I said, those privately owned places or like specific cases, drafts absolutely can be in our hunt. What's going on, little Bible? You missed the diamonds. What's up with that? What's going on, Game Hunter? We have 2 diamond cutties. We had a 13.34 pounder and I didn't even look, 11 and change. When we got the second one, it was the 3rd diamond token that I wanted to get the backpack expansion, so ran off and did that. Now we're trying to catch some kokanee salmon. Caught 1 gold here. I think we had 1 gold cutthroat, maybe 3 gold brook trout, and then that gold kokanee plus the 2 diamonds. So pretty good outing, to be honest. Remember the days when we only had 4 maps in Call of Duty? Are we really getting the 15th? Holy. They really don't look good. It's got to be like the time of day or something, because they don't always look like that. But they look like they're like shrink wrapped. Is the new pack worth it? I mean, personally, like, the biggest reason I bought it is because I have a cowboy hat in Classic and I wanted one in the Angler. If you want to dress like a cowboy, like, yeah, sure, but is it... I wouldn't say there's anything great. I also think the cowboy hats are just a smidge too small. It annoys me. Well, they do make everybody bald, which sucks. Just got a new Matthews, now I am broke? No, you're not broke. You have a Matthews. Is it like their flagship model for the year, or just say one from last year? Only reason I'm asking is you use the term new Matthews, so you got me curious what you got. I thought I could sneak that under. Think you should rock the horse mask? I don't know. I never do that with any character in any game. Like, I don't like to make my character look weird. There's that, like, creepy... I don't even know what to call it. There's just a super creepy mask. There's the goat mask. I wouldn't wear that in any game. I just never do that. Pup kid! I don't even have that one. Do you need to go to specific spots for diamond fishies, or is it just better chance and you can technically get them anywhere? I don't actually know the answer. I mean, specific spots certainly seem to be the move. There's certain conditions that need to be met, I think, more than location. So, like, water temperature matters, which is just time of day, really. But, like, this river here is probably never going to get above, like, say, 48, 49 degrees because it's flowing water. Like, it's just not going to get warm. If you need to catch a fish that, you know, for a diamond usually bites, like, in the 50 or 60 range, it's not going to be in this river. That kind of thing, I think, is largely the case. So hotspots are like the places to go for diamonds, but you can catch them in other areas if the conditions are met. I think that's kind of how it works. Love your videos? Well, thank you. Holy wasn't paying attention. 15 maps. I thought it was going to be 12. I thought we had 12 or maybe 13. I also didn't know it was going to be 15. Decent looking fishy. The devs always say temperatures don't matter. I mean, you know, they made the game, so I'd maybe listen to them over me. I'm far from the expert on this game. What I can say is, like, I caught a lot of pumpkin seeds. Hundreds and hundreds of pumpkin seeds when I was trying to catch all the golds and diamonds. Far and away, the best fish I caught were always right before dark, because the water temperature gets to a certain level right there, and that's when they seem to bite the best. Maybe it is just time of day, maybe that's what they mean, but the water temperature correlates with time of day. How's the Gemsbok grind today? We had a bunch of big 4s, did not kill a single level 5, no level 4 diamond females, nothing like that. Bet the new map's in Ohio? Ohio doesn't exist, though. Ooh, getting classic. Nice, Riley. I think that's a baby rainbow or maybe an ord. Ord trout don't hit spoons, though, I don't think. I've hunted a giraffe in Africa while visiting there for an oryx hunt, and the only reason we were allowed to hunt the giraffe was because it was causing problems with the... Yeah, that's the other, like, I'll say even normal circumstance where animals like giraffes or elephants get hunted is when they become like a problem. How many kills? I have no idea. I never even attempted to count. So like I counted kills with whitetail when I did my whitetail great one grind. Mostly because it was meant to be a tool for people to maybe get a great one themselves, because nobody knew how anything worked. And again, like, I'm not saying I invented it, but everybody just sort of started counting kills then. And I'm like, again, that's totally fine. I'm not saying people copied me. What I mean is, I never really wanted to count kills in that sense, and when I got my great one bear and moose, I had stopped counting kills long before. I prefer to not count kills. I just sort of did it once, and then felt like I should do it for everything else because everybody was continuing to do it. Don't think a 3-pound fish should bend the rod like that? Oh, okay. I wasn't even looking. Was it bending pretty bad? Somebody said 5 or 6 in the morning. It is 6:30, so it's about 5:55. We'll go for a couple more minutes, see if we can snag one more diamond, and then we shall call it good. Think another rainbow. I mean, that seems like a reasonable amount of men for what's that, like a 6-pounder? 5? Any luck for IRL turkey yet? No, and based on what the rest of my week looks like, I'm not sure I'm going to get out as much as I wanted to. We'll see, but especially with... So there's going to be the EW stream tomorrow, so I should probably be around to record that. I might get out tomorrow evening, but then I'm going to be behind on recording videos, because instead of recording, like what would be Wednesday's video, in the middle of the day, I'll be recording that EW stream. Now again, depends on what, if any, information comes from it. But Beard said, like, there may be some information, which to me means something's gonna be revealed. Or hinted at or whatever. So, yeah. I might be looking at Wednesday till I get out. Which I should be streaming Wednesday night, but maybe I'll figure out a way to go around that. Got a tiger trout, nice. Oh, with a secure catch? I got you, yeah. Hey, Andy, thank you for the 6 months. Welcome back. Good to have you here. 6 months, that should be a brand new badge. Thank you, dude. And I was saying earlier, hopefully I remember to do it. I want to take a look at our YouTube emotes and maybe try to get some better ones in here so we can have a little more fun with them. A lot of them are old. I need to clean out the emote recycle bin? I don't know. About 1,000 kills in my black bear great one grind. Nice little fishy there. Best trophy's a max score, max weight. Not bad, though. Can't complain about a massive diamond. Big male. $5.58. Let's do... I think we've done all of our dailies and weeklies already. Let's do 3 more casts. And call it good. Daniel's gonna stream in the next week. Holy. Hey, Jonah. Welcome on in. Unfortunately, we are quickly moving towards the end of the stream here, but appreciate you jumping in. Glad you can make it. When I watch your Call of the Wild videos, you always play in multiplayer servers. Is there a reason for that? It's primarily just the unknown aspect. There's a couple of like smaller reasons that we can get into if you want, but it's really not that important. The main thing is, if you're familiar with the Hunter Call of the Wild at all, you'll know you have what's called a animal population file in your game files. Basically what that means is all the animals on your map are the same from one hunt to the next, except for anything that you shoot, you get respawns. You'll probably hear the term respawn thrown around quite a lot. In multiplayer, at least everything in that server to me is brand new, as compared to when I play in single player. Like, like 95% of the animals are going to be the same, because I'm not shooting most of what I see during any given hunt. So that's just why, like, it's easier to get hyped about like hunting a map that I haven't been to in 6 months in multiplayer, because the whole map is fresh and new compared to, you know, I might go to, I don't know, I haven't hunted Tearoa basically since I shot my great one fallow deer. I'd go there and be like, oh yeah, there's that level 2 turkey I always saw on the fallow grind. Oh, there's, you know, what was his name? I forget. Whatever we named our level 1 fallow deer. Multiplayer doesn't have that. Just want to say, your call to vids are still great. You're the biggest of males and a great YouTuber. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Anything good? I don't know if you caught the 2 diamond cutthroats Maximus that we had earlier, but a couple gold kokanees here. I said 3 more casts, and I think this is already the 4th, so we'll do a couple more here, then we're gonna wrap up. Is there an actual name for a max score, max weight? I don't think so. Don't think there's ever been like a term anybody made up or anything like that. That's quite the price tag, Emerald. Alright. Last cast for real. We'll see if we can... I don't know what that was. See if we can snag anything. This area over here is working for kokanees, so we'll stick with it. Try to clutch one more. Angler's so addicting you can't stop casting. It's the same as real life. That was a nice fish. See? I got a cast over there now too. But it's like real life. When you get ready to leave, I don't know a single fisherman that doesn't go, alright, one more cast, and then you don't catch something. One more cast. And then maybe you get a hit but don't catch it. Alright, one more cast. And then you're there for like 30 minutes longer than you meant to be. Just the way it goes. Alright, so this for real, I think we should be able to catch that kokanee. So long as we don't spook it, or I can cast over the water, so don't count that one. This for real should be the last cast. If I can find a place in the water that like lets me... I'm trying to cast like all the way to the shore because he was right in there and I don't want to spook him. Cast in a vision. Hey, Hailstorm. Just joined. Unfortunately, assuming something bites, this will be the very end of the stream. Did that once that I caught my first bass? I feel like it usually doesn't work, but every now and then, there we go. That's probably the one I saw. I don't think he's anything special. Looks like a silver. But I don't even know, like 5 or 6 golds and 2 diamonds. Not a bad little haul. So, yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Sounds like EW should have a pretty interesting stream. So expect a stream recap sometime around like 1:30, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll try to do that. There's going to be a classic video, normal time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And I guess we'll see where we are from there, what EW has revealed, and what we know from that point. On that note, though, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. And I will see you in one or maybe both of tomorrow's videos. Bye.